I Google and I YouTube, and then I just do it.
Well, I fixed the flapper in the toilet. I didn't have to call a plumber.
Did you YouTube it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
YouTube
saying.
everything.
Like, that's all it takes. Like, you'll be amazed. Like, here's my big question for you, because I was shocked with Bill admitting this. Do you have a drill?
Yeah, but I don't. No, but like yes, but no, I don't.
But
use it.
you have it. Like, Bill doesn't have tools, so he literally could not hang the TV. Not because he is incapable of, which I believe he's not capable of, but he also does not have the equipment. He has a screwdriver and a hammer. Is all he has at his house.
No, he gets those confused from what I heard.
Yeah, exactly. I got two toolboxes.
No, my wife is honestly. It's another. I guess maybe why I'm embarrassed by it. She fixes everything. She's great. She's very handy. She can hang the TV. Now she couldn't lift the TV up,
right?
Because I'm big and strong.
You got the muscles.
I can lift the TV up. Everybody knows that about me. But yeah, but as far as I can hang a picture.
That's good.
That's about it. That's as far as I can go. I fixed the flapper in the toilet.
You mow the lawn, John. That's good enough.
So I tried to troubleshoot when my regular lawnmower wouldn't start. I tried to troubleshoot it, and it's talking about cleaning the carburetor and things like that. I'm out.
Yeah, look, cars and that kind of stuff, zero knowledge. That's my non-manhood stuff. Like, I go to the shop all the time.
You're a real man.
Yeah, but I don't do my oil. I don't know how to do that.
I change my oil.
Yeah, see?
You change your oil?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You got the car ramps. I say, yo, Pop, make sure my car goes on the ramp straight.
Well, his dad's a trucker, so he knows.
Come on, man.
He knows that
I just, Austin and I know each other on a surface level. I haven't worked with him.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's a fascinating man. His dad is a trucker.
Yeah. Pops drove trucks for many years. It's 4 generations. I'm just the only one that decided to talk sports instead of go trucking.
So it's fascinating.
Like cross-country trips?
Cross-country. My dad's been to Oklahoma, Maine.
18-wheelers?
18-wheelers. I'll show you pictures. Oh, yeah, man. We're eastbound and down on this side of the pass.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so what else do? You change oil?
Change the oil. I mean, I can rotate the tires if I need to myself.
I can change. I can put a spare. I'm not completely like Jack Fritz I used to work with. He called his dad he got a flat on 95, and he called his dad. He made his dad drive on the highway to come and to change the tire.
Yeah. I've had to do that for a few friends.
Yeah, you've done it.
Yeah, buddy got flat tire in Wawa. They call me up, yo, Jones, any chance you could change this out for me?
But like, if you can't figure that out, then just quit. Is what that's even I can do that.
Can Bill change a tire? 610.
I doubt it.
No
I doubt it. There's no shot that Bill Colarulo knows how to change.
Zero. You know what? Make that our first Twitter poll of the day.
Okay.
Do you think Bill Colarulo can change a tire?
I don't think that he can. That's one of the first things, dude. I still remember I was like 13 years old, so I'm not even close to driving yet. And my dad goes, all right, son, come on outside. And I'm
outside.
And, it's summertime. I'm 13. I'm not in school. And I'm like, what's up, Dad? And I go outside. Flat tire. You're going to learn how to change one today. But it worked. Like,
you know where I learned to change a tire? On a highway going to Penn State.
Oh my God.
Literally. It wasn't even the turnpike. It was when you get off the turnpike, wherever you get off the turnpike, 19 or one of the Harrisburg exits. And then you have to take a couple of highways to get to 322, and then you had that long stretch to go to 322. I lost it on one of those highways after and this was 1995. So there's no cell phones.
You're not pulling up YouTube.
And it was raining on top of it. So there's no YouTube, there's no phone calls, there's no nothing. But there's an owner's manual, and you kind of figure it out from there. I mean, I didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Unless I was walking to the next town. So
that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, people that run out of gas. Bill also ran out of gas. Driving, he was driving to an appearance. I don't know if he talked about this on the air. He was driving to an appearance he was doing up by me, and he calls me, and I had all 3 kids. My wife was gone. She wasn't home. And he was kind of asking me to come and help him because he was near the Valley Forge exit of the turnpike, and which is where I'm like not near, but I'm probably 20 or 25 minutes away from. So I would have had to get on the turnpike, drive all the way down to like Fort Washington, and then do a U-turn because the direction he was coming, I would have to drive all the way down to come up and where he was. So I told him, I'm like, dude, like, and I Googled it. I'm like, just call it whatever it was, like 411 or 511. Like, they'll bring gas out to you. So they have a truck that works the turnpike for free. They come out and give you courtesy gas so you can make it to get real gas for your car. He ran out of gas. on the turnpike.
I seen it the other day on 76. I'm like, what are you doing?
The
Don't
gas,
get on the highway if you know you need gas.
The gas thing, that's
so
one I don't
oblivious.
understand. Here I am. I've been driving, 16 years? When do you start driving? 15, 16 years old? 15, 16 years old?
15 years old.
16 years.
16 in Jersey.
Never ran out of gas. I don't get it, man. Like, what? We don't live in a town where it's nothing but dirt roads. Like, there's gas stations every half mile.
You should be able to get off right.
How do you screw that up around here? I get it. If you're in like Iowa, Dyersville, Iowa, you're going to the Field of Dreams game and you're trying to get to the ballpark, and you're James Earl Jones is standing out there, the ghost of James Earl Jones. How do you run out of gas around here?
You don't see it until it's too late, or you look down and you're like, oh, I don't have any gas.
I think I check
That's what happened to Colarulo.
every morning. I turn the car on. That's the first thing I do is check to see how much gas I have.
Well, whatever we posted about Bill, I vote no.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think you can change the tire.
All right. 0% chance.
We'll get that up during the break.
So, as always, the Davis Honda text line. It's a great way to get in, Andrew. It's the same number as the regular phone line when we love talking to people. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. That's the phone line. And by the way, if you just want to check in, especially early, just with something, because if we're talking about something random, you just want to check in. We're not going to make you wait on hold forever. And then, just check in and we'll pop you right in. Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. Leave your name and location. And then also the voice memos, 610-632-0975. Coming up, here's what happened last night. Phillies with a big win. Big win.
Yes.
5 straight. We'll talk about it. Eagles joint practice today against the Patriots. That's coming up next. Marks Salciunas, 97.5.
Now on 97.5, The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back-to-back series wins. I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have now won 2 series in a row in 5 consecutive games. It wasn't easy last night, but the offense woke up in the 6th inning, scoring 4 runs, which helped propel the Phillies to a win. Wiki Bro from Unfiltered and NBC Sports Philadelphia spoke about the win last night on postgame.
They are putting other teams in bad situations, especially with relievers in who don't really want to throw the ball over the plate, and when they do, it usually turns into something poor.
Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound today for the Phillies as they go for the sweep, and he will draw against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is set for 6:05 p.m. Tom McCarthy from NBC Sports Philadelphia and the Phillies play-by-play radio TV analyst will join the show at 8:40. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices against the Patriots. They'll have 2 days of joint practice before they play on Saturday at 7 p.m. Adam Schefter from ESPN joins Marks and Salciunas at 8:05 to discuss the latest news around the NFL and, of course, the Eagles. And the Union are back in action tonight as they play Inter Miami down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the match right here on 97.5 The Fanatic starting at 7:30 p.m. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firms. Fall asleep shortly. Visit Mattress Firm today. Their sleep experts will find you the right bed at an unbeatable price on the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy. I'm Austin Jones at home with the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
here for the pro.
All right, we're back. Marks and Salciunas. Phil's win. Phil's win.
5 straight, Johnny.
Yeah, we'll get to all the highlights coming up in a second. But the Twitter poll is always up thanks to Dr. Abaddon Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. Standing strong with support from Iron Mountain Men's Health. So make sure you get to the Twitter poll. It's something about Colarulo. Can he change a flat tire?
I doubt it.
I'm sure early. I mean, we're setting up Bill to lose this Twitter poll. Just saying. Who's going to vote yes?
Not
me.
I can't even say like his wife for support because his wife hates him for the inability to do things. Do you want the early results?
I do.
Very early on. 93% say no.
Correct. I got to make sure I vote. You can vote at 975 the fan. And actually, like, I don't even. I hate that. I don't want to call it just a Twitter poll because people should also be able to vote via the Davis Honda text line.
Yeah.
And the YouTube chat.
You know what we could do on the Davis Honda text line, where you feel the Davis difference, check them out in Burlington. What can Bill Colarulo do? Does anyone have answers that Bill Colarulo can do?
That's where you just let the radio silence take over.
Well, that you would say write a check, but I don't even know if you write checks anymore. You pay. That's what he does.
I wrote a check this year.
I write checks all the time, but it's not like to say like he just writes a check. Well, I guess you would have to write a check to a contractor.
Yeah, so he probably writes checks, and that's probably the only thing that he knows how to do.
We already got one text saying no, so I'll make sure to keep a tally.
All right, yeah, good.
All right.
That's good.
Tally it up. All right, Phil's win last night. Andrew, 5 straight. There were 11 games over 500, and you know what they're doing now? They're finding ways to win games where 2 weeks ago they were finding ways to lose these same kind of games.
Yes, and they're finding ways to score runs without relying on the long ball, which is something we talked about a lot yesterday. And you know, I watched that game in full, but again, it took me to looking at the box score this morning going, oh, yeah, they didn't hit a single home run yesterday.
Again.
And they scored 6 runs. So I'm tired of the baseball stat nerds that only care about launch angles. Look at the run production they've had since they got Arise. Is Luis Arise a power hitter? I know he's got a home run since wearing the Phillies uniform, but he lengthens the lineup. And you just saw that hitting singles still matters, all right? Yeah. Singles still matter in baseball, people.
It was as simple as Googling. They played 14 games since Arise joined the team, and they're 9-5 in those 14 games. They've also walked 74 times.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is unbelievable. Their on-base percentage was one of the worst in the majors before they got Arise. Everything has changed. They're actually playing small ball, which leads us to the first inning where they just did a couple little things. They manufactured a run. Larry Bowa would be proud. Here it is.
Ball 4. So Harper walks. He's walked in 9 straight games. He's been on base now in 22 consecutive games. To Arise, he's hit in 5 straight games. That one's flared out towards center field, and Lopez, it's off his glove. It looked like he slowed up at the last moment. Line drive out toward left center field. Boy, that was misplayed terribly by Hernandez. And it's going to give the Phils the lead. A 1-0 lead on the base hit by Bohm. An 8-game hitting streak.
Yeah, the Marlins look, for whatever reason, they're not good against the Phillies.
No.
They defensively, they're not good. Their bullpen tends to blow up against them. It happened again last night. They had a bullpen game last night.
Yeah, they did. And by the way, I love when Tyler Phillips struggles. You'll get to know me more. I hate the fake macho mentality that some guys have. And I know that Tyler Phillips, local product, and I know that he pitched a shutout against the Dodgers a couple of years ago. I love that. But the punching himself in the face coming out of the bullpen, I laugh at him when he does it. Oh, I got to psych myself up. For what? To walk everybody?
It's a little much.
Yeah, dude.
It's a little much. So they get the early run, which is fine.
9 straight games with a walk for Harper.
What is it here? He's gone 22 reaching base in a row, 22 straight games. So
that's amazing.
That predated Arise. Stott also has been on a streak, 19 straight games getting on base.
Yeah.
So these guys, and Stott had a great game last night. All right, so the Marlins, they come back, they tie the game, they take the lead. Going to the 6th, and man, listen, if you need a big hit, you go to one guy. His name is Alec Boom.
Line drive, base hit into left center field. It scoots toward the alley. Turner will score. Arise on his way to third. The throw goes to the relay man in shallow left, and he's safe at second. It's an RBI double for Bohm, and the Phillies have made it a one-run game.
Close play at second.
Yeah, close play at second. But what I liked about it is when he popped up from the slide, like he like got fired up a little bit.
Well, he's been rubbing his nipples. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, maybe that works for him.
Did you see it? He did it last game, too. He rubs his nipples. He gets up and he kind of does a little tweak of them.
But you know what? Whatever works, man. If rubbing your nipples is what gets you going, go for it, dude.
But here's what it shows you, that the guys are getting along.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. You're never going to win. The series against the Mets in the playoffs where they benched him.
Yeah.
The guys got tired of his nonsense.
Yeah.
He's immature. He's pouting and all that stuff. And you could tell there was somewhat of a divide in the clubhouse. I don't feel that this year.
No, and I think, and again, here's where my twisted mind works. When I've talked about I like that they've been hated recently, part of me likes that they've been hated recently because I bet you somebody uttered the phrase, we all we got, we all we need, or screw them, or maybe Alec Bohm.
Bill did.
Maybe Alec Bohm said, I bleep and hate this place.
Bill said, we all we got, we all we need. And then Bryce repeated it.
That's right.
Bill's taking credit for it.
That's right. Bill, hashtag make the switch, right?
Hashtag make the switch. So 3-2, they still need another hit. It's great. Bohm got a big hit. But then Stotty steps up. And Stott has been really, really good. He's been on a bender here. So Stott comes up. This happened.
Back toward the middle. Base it into center field. Arise is coming home. Here comes Bohm. He'll score. Stott comes through again. And the Phillies have taken the lead. It's 4-3.
He's been great. And then Crawford comes up. And, man, there was some weak contact in this inning. They were hitting lasers. A little bit unlucky, but we'll take it. Here's Crawford.
Broke his bat over to third. Oh, wow. Sanoha was late to get to it. Stott's going to score, and the Phillies add on.
But, John, you know why? Like, look, I know I'm 32 going on 90 when I talk baseball because I hate analytics and I enjoy small ball. You know what could have been worse? If they struck out 3 times. Like, putting the ball in play, I know it sounds so simplistic, but there are people, especially younger baseball fans, and all the GMs and presidents are younger, unless you're Dave Dombrowski. They care about launch angles. They care about exit velocity. They care about all that stuff. And I get it. Those are important things to have. Hitting the ball harder than hitting the ball softer. Yeah, hitting the ball harder is a better thing. But striking out 200 times when you have 6 guys in your lineup that do that is not a good thing for your team because you can't find ways to score runs unless you're hitting the long ball. This team right now is just putting the ball in play, and good things can happen. Remember Harrison Bader last year when they got him? He wasn't hitting 2 home runs a game. He was just making contact, and it was finding open spots. Sometimes, believe it or not, guys, you can get lucky in sports.
Crawford now hitting 270, a very quiet 270, but still, average was dipping down pretty low there for a while. And he's having some impact here. For sure. All right, so that gives them the lead, and you're still worried about the bullpen blowing up. But Alec Bohm, a lot has been made of his defense, and he's been pretty good over first base. Like last night on the Arise, I heard Ricky talking about it after the game. On the Arise era, that's where not being a first baseman by trade,
you got to pick that.
Yeah, you got to pick that. There's no Bryce Harper picks that. He's a third baseman that's been asked to play first base. So you have to realize that he's not going to be perfect. But he made a great play here. Here it is.
That one's pulled. Caught! Oh, wow. And he touched the first base bag all in one motion. What a play by Alec Bohm. He's doing it all. There's a little magician there on that play.
Tom McCarthy's going to join us at 8:40 this morning to talk about all this stuff. So he's good. Phils have the lead. They give up a run in the 8th inning, but you were able to get that 5th run with Crawford. So now it's only 5-4, and then Schwarber comes up. We don't have to play it. Schwarber comes up. He gets a single, and Stott again, who's on base. He scores 6. Phillies are up 6-4. So they need to close out a game, and you knew that Duran wasn't going to be available because he's thrown 43 pitches in the last 2 innings. So where do you go? I wasn't necessarily expecting this guy. Brooks Raley comes in for the save. Your thoughts, Andrew?
Matchup based. Yeah. And not trusting Orion Kirkering to pitch in the 9th inning, who once again yesterday, guy can't field a Tapper back to the mound. Tapper back to the mound, overthrows Bohm at first base. The Marlins eventually score a run that inning, so you needed somebody to shut it down in the 9th. So why not? You go to the hard throwing lefty.
So Stott makes a nice play for he's been great at third base. Made a nice play first out.
Yep.
They get out number 2. So now two outs, and here's how it sounded.
Strikeout of Sonoha. Ground ball toward third. Oh, what a play by Stott. A diving play to his feet in time.
There it is, and it's a ball game. Phils win. We didn't talk about Zach Wheeler.
No.
Not great.
No.
Velocity was good.
Serviceable. Look, you're going to need him to be dominant come playoff time for this team to go on some sort of deep run in the playoffs. I get that, but that was the best point, was the velocity was there, because it was concerning a couple starts ago. I mean, his velocity was it was low,
down.
And you're like, what's going on here? He threw a lot of pitches in 5 innings. 98 pitches in 5 innings against the Marlins.
He doesn't normally walk that many. He made 4 walks last night.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's something to monitor. But, again, he's one of those guys that I could take a deep breath, and I'm sure he'll be fine.
All right, we'll come back. We'll hear talk about more of the game. We'll hear from Wheeler, because he talked about after the game being a little bit sloppy and throwing some walks. That's coming up next. It is Marks Salciunas, 97.5. Correct. You can. A lot of ways to listen, a lot of ways to watch. Are we on Comcast yet?
No, not yet.
We should. Well, with all the fast channels, if I can watch episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then I should be able to watch 97.5 The Fanatic. Now, listen, I want to be on YouTube. I don't want you to do that.
Right. But there's got to be at least some sort of network where we can go on.
Do you guys have Roku TVs?
I do. I have
those
one.
TVs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just flipping through on the Roku channel, and they have episodes of every show ever made, and you can just watch it 24/7.
Man versus Food.
Do they have that?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Price is Right Classic, Price is Right Regular.
My favorite bar in the city is Time. It's 13th and Sansom. I have my rehearsal dinner and everything up there. They have, for whatever reason, at the bar, sports, and then 24/7 Baywatch channel.
That's awesome.
With Pamela?
Yeah. No, it's the OG. It's the OG. Yeah. With
if you're doing 24/7, you can probably do all of it. Right, because they had a series, I believe, before
Hasselhoff.
No, Hasselhoff was doing it, but it was a little bit different.
Yeah,
I think it was before Pam Anderson.
I think Pam Anderson. That's the only thing I need to see.
But they have all the episodes. Like, it's just on all day at this bar.
It's awesome.
Like, if you're just bored at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, fun fact about me, Austin: when I retire from radio, which I'm hoping is going to be 60 or whatever we call it when I'm 60, I want to retire to be a lifeguard down the Jersey Shore. I want to be in my 60s, I want to be a lifeguard like Ventnor Beach.
All yoked up.
Sitting on the stand, or are you driving the buggy?
Oh, no, I don't need to be the lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
No, I literally will do grunt work. I'll be like the associate producer here at the station is kind of like your first level.
Yeah.
That's what I would be.
Okay.
I would be, let me go and do all the grunt work.
Shaved back or no shaved back?
Oh, shaved back.
Yeah.
I would have to shave.
There's babes on the beach, man.
Yeah.
You got to take care of that. The retirement gigs sound nice. My dad has like 5 of them.
Really?
He is a substitute teacher at the Brigantine School District. He works at the bait and tackle shop, Riptide.
That's awesome.
He delivers Stocks pound cakes as one
tell
of his
him to swing by. Some of that.
as one of his gigs.
Oh, that's good.
He's an usher at the Hard Rock for concerts on Friday nights. And
really?
He was a one-time security at the Elks. But it got too wild for him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it."
Yeah, it seems like you could cross that one
so he's got
off the list.
4 rotating jobs right now. The guy retired like 3 months ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna
keep working."
I'm just gonna keep working."
Yeah, but you're doing a couple of different things. You don't take that job home with you.
No, it's stress-free. He was working for a company that was remote, based out of like Australia. So he'd be doing 10 o'clock at night phone calls. Like, that sounds horrible.
That's a lot different. All right, well, listen, Zach Wheeler's got one job. And one job only.
Damn right he does.
To throw the baseball and throw it for strikes, which he didn't do very well last night. Here's Zach Wheeler after the game talking about the sloppiness.
The frustrating in the past couple of games, and once I get into it a little deeper, this doesn't work out for me. But fastball felt as good as it has in a really long time, actually. But, we made a little adjustment, and it's basically just getting into my legs a little bit more, but it caused my off-speed to just be not good today. So the fastball was there, but off-speed was not there today. And it's hard to pitch one pitch. So, it worked out well at the beginning, like I said, and then just kind of got sloppy towards the end.
Yeah, he's so cerebral, and he explains it perfectly. They made a mechanical adjustment for the velocity, and it got his velocity backed up. It was using his legs more. So now he's talking about the velocity, and he was talking about, he got sloppy, and it affected all his other pitches, which he couldn't throw for strikes. And like he said, ask Andrew Painter, you can't live and die off of one pitch.
No, you can't. But the beauty is he's a future Hall of Fame pitcher.
He knows how to pitch.
He knows how to pitch. Like, it's amazing. I still remember in 2022 when they had him take the month off. Like, I was still confident that he was going to come back and just be fine. That's what makes him so great. It's why you felt so great about Doc Halladay anytime he pitched, or Cliff Lee before he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, anytime those guys stepped on the mound, you were like, all right, I know that even if this outing's bad, the next outing he's going to settle down. Now, these have been piling up a little bit, the Wheeler outings.
I mean, I don't want to say it's concerning. You may not get the Zach Wheeler we've seen in previous years, but you know what happens when you get to the playoffs? Pitchers like Zach Wheeler step up.
Yeah,
and that's where they're the sharpest. So I don't expect anything but greatness.
But the thing is, in May, when the velocity wasn't great those first couple starts, I remember saying the exact same thing. We might not have the same Zach Wheeler that we're used to. And then he was the best pitcher in baseball for like 2 straight months.
No, it's ridiculous. He really is. He is. He's right now. He's a borderline Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He's not going to be done at the end of his next contract. I don't believe that.
I don't think so either. He's pitching too well.
Pitching too well, making too much money. If you stop enjoying it, then stop pitching. I know he's got a fit young family and whatever. He's got a pretty good gig being a starting pitcher. He pitches once every 5 days.
Yeah.
Not a bad lifestyle. And if he still enjoys it and he's still this good, the Phillies will make it worth his while to come back. He'll do a 2-year contract probably.
Yeah.
Something like that.
By the way, the only thing that I worry about for him is the lockout, right? Like, if there's no baseball next year and he's already in the back of his mind, do I still want to do this? Like, sitting out an entire year and then having to ramp back up for another season, that kind of sounds horrible.
There will be baseball next year. I do not believe they will sit out an entire season. But here's what's going to happen. You ready? Bank the show sheet. There's going to be, I hate the owners, I hate the players, I hate the owners and the players. Baseball can't get out of its own way. Why is it always them with work stoppage? And then they won't really settle any of their differences, and we'll get a 40 or 50-game season.
Yep.
And then the players will get a little bit of money. The owners will make a little bit of money.
And we'll do it again in 5 years.
Right. Or 4 or 3. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They're not going to agree to a salary cap. The players will never do it.
Yeah.
Should they?
Should they?
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't. But should baseball try to implement it? Yes, absolutely. So that we don't have teams like the Dodgers who are looking for their 3rd straight World Series.
Yes, but there's only one league that's really hard capped. It's hockey.
Yeah.
Football's not hard capped. That salary cap's fugazi. If owners want to spend money, they can do it. Look at the Eagles.
Yeah.
The NBA, that's not a hard cap.
They have second aprons, blue aprons.
Like you
They
can
have all
re-sign
kinds of
your own
stuff.
players. That's not a hard cap. If you're talking about, like, I know a lot of owners in the NFL right now, and you heard Goodell come out and talk about it. The spirit of the salary cap is this is how much money you're allowed to spend. But if there's ways around it, then owners that want to win and want to spend money will be able to do it.
The Eagles.
Right. Do people realize that how much money the Eagles spend on their players?
Yeah, the upfront money that they put down, signing bonuses. That's why Lane Johnson restructured his contract like 6 straight seasons.
If you draft well and you know players are going to be here for a long time, you can rip up their contract every year and just accelerate the signing bonuses. And that's how you kick the cap hits into the future.
But that's if you want to do it. There's teams.
They don't want to do
it. Jerry Jones is the richest owner in the National Football League. He doesn't want to do it. He'd rather do stupid franchise tags than just give a guy more money up front. That's why Micah Parsons isn't there.
So a guy like Mike Brown of the Bengals, he wants to pay his guys every Tuesday during the season. He doesn't want to give them $60 million in April.
Right.
Because he wants to collect the interest on all of that money, and then therefore he makes the money off of that. And people would say, well, how much money can that be? It's enough money to where a lot of these guys don't want to give the upfront money.
Right.
Jeffrey Lurie shells out a ton of money. Cash over cap. That's what the term is in the business.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the other leagues don't have caps. So the players have to be a little bit more flexible on, all right, let's get a floor. Let's figure it out to where the teams that don't spend money now are required to spend money.
Like the team you just played last night. Like that's a fun little baseball team, and anybody that's of note, Otto Lopez, will be playing for the Yankees in 5 years or whatever.
Imagine being a fan of a team like the Pirates that literally are pocketing revenue sharing money every year and getting the owners rich off of it in part, as opposed to taking that money and spending it.
Imagine not getting attached to Paul Skeens. You're watching
he's gone.
One of the best pitchers ever, and you're like, yeah, but I don't want to enjoy this too much because it's going to hurt in 3 years.
He stinks now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's a whole different story.
Livy Dunn's making him tired.
By the way, and
can't blame him.
Listen, Travis Kelce hasn't been good since Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's been a down year for him.
The woman takes the heart out of these athletes. They fall in love, Austin.
Legs rock.
It's true. Brewers beat the Mariners last night 22-0. It's the most lopsided shutout since 1887. Where were you, Austin, 1887?
I think I might have been
Did you
working.
see the game?
No, I did not see the game.
22-0.
How long are you staying? I would leave, even though
10-0 probably.
It's my team and at home. I still wouldn't stay that whole time.
No.
10-0.
Well, they got a second out in the 8th inning, and there were runners on base, and the center fielder threw it up
Julio
in the
Rodriguez.
stands. Yeah, he threw it up in the stands.
Because he forgot. He was like, oh, my God, this inning won't end.
Runner scored
Yeah,
because of that.
it's unbelievable. That might have been my moment to leave. Like, all right, the other team is not taking this seriously anymore. I'm going home.
All right, coming up, contenders or pretenders? Do you believe this Phillies team is a team that can win the World Series? That's coming up. We'll discuss it. because I seem to feel like Salciunas doesn't really believe in this team. Do people out there believe the Phillies are actually a legitimate contender to win a World Series? We will discuss coming up next. Marks and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back-to-back series wins. I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have now won 2 series in a row and five consecutive games overall. It wasn't easy last night, but the offense woke up in the 6th inning, scoring 4 runs, which helped propel the Phillies to a win. Ricky Bo spoke after the game last night on NBC Sports Philadelphia post-game about the win.
They are putting other teams in bad situations, especially with relievers in who don't really want to throw the ball over the plate, and when they do, it usually turns into something poor.
Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound today as the Fightings go for the sweep against the Marlins. He draws against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is going to be for 6:05. Tom McCarthy from the Phillies play-by-play TV set will be on today at 8:40. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices with A.J. Brown, and the Patriots still have 2 days of joint practices before they play on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Adam Schefter from ESPN joins Marks and Salciunas at 8 to 5 to discuss the latest about the Eagles and around the NFL. And the Union are back in action tonight as they play at Inter Miami down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the match right here at 97.5 The Fanatic starting at 7:30 p.m. I'm Austin Jones, your home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Is there an official branding as Shefty Wednesday?
Shefty Wednesday, yeah.
Shefty Wednesday, 8:05 Adam Schefter, and then Tom McCarthy.
Love it.
As we continue to talk Phillies here in the 7 o'clock hour, we will shift to the Eagles. Tom McCarthy, 8:40. We'll get to some Eagles talk here after we talk about the Phillies in the early part of this hour.
Must-win joint practice today. My man Dawood on our YouTube chat's been saying it. It's a must-win week for the Eagles.
You can't lose this one. You cannot lose the Patriots.
I mean, the A.J. Brown drama.
So, and it also, like, we during the commercial, Sean from the Big Brace and Dunne show, Sean is annoyed at people being comfortable with the Eagles. And he is concerned. Really what it is he's fighting with people on social media. So when he fights with people on social media, he goes crazy on the air, which is great. But he's mad because he complained about the receiver room, and I think they posted it on Instagram, and then people, of course, are saying, shut up, Sean. So we'll talk about that coming up here.
Rage bait, hot take Philly media, man.
Right. Because I'm very interested in the topic. So we'll talk about that coming up. The Twitter poll and the polls in general brought to you by Dr. Avedon Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health, because for the whole 4 hours, our Twitter poll stays up because of Dr. Avedon Appel, Iron Mountain Men's Health. And the question is, and I'm going to even go further on the question, do you believe Unfiltered host Bill Colarulo can change a tire? The answer is no. I would ask if he's ever called his father-in-law to come over and change the tire.
I feel like he'd be too embarrassed to do that one.
No, I don't. His father-in-law shoveled the car, the snow from the car over the winter when we were getting wrecked. Like, Bill didn't even do that. Like,
are you serious?
But not when he's home. He doesn't call his father-in-law to come over while he's inside to do it, right?
Listen, all I know is Bill had some trouble getting to work the one snowstorm, and his father-in-law was going over to shovel the cars out.
Are you serious?
I wouldn't lie to you, brother.
Snow removal. And by the way, maybe his father-in-law likes to be over the house. His granddaughter's over there. So he likes to come over, see his daughter. Yeah. So if Bill goes to work, maybe he comes over and he says, I'll take care of the rest of the snow removal, which is fine. If Bill calls him and says, hey, can you shovel me out? I got to go to work. There's no excuse for that.
What's one of the biggest
pathetic.
Risks for heart attacks of men of that age?
Yes. No,
snow removal. Bill.
I could see that be the way that I would go. Shoveling snow. Anyway, so make sure you voted on 975thefanatic.com, or you can text at Davis on a text line. Voice memos as well are encouraged on this particular subject. Bill shoveled his own car out, but not his wife. Oh,
yeah. It still counts.
You can't do that.
No. So here's the deal, all right? Here's the deal with that, and then we'll get to the Phillies. No matter what time you work, and now I'm going to be working the morning shift.
Yeah.
All right? Both cars need to be shoveled out.
Yeah, and honestly, you do theirs first.
Correct.
Because even if you get tired, at least you shoveled their car out.
No, the whole I'm not saying that you have to do the entire thing in one sitting. Both cars need to be shoveled out, because if there's an emergency and you need to be able to get out, you need to be able to get out.
Yeah, especially when you have a kid around.
When you have a kid, when you have parents that are maybe a little, who knows what could happen.
Right.
So you need to make sure you do that.
Come on, Bill.
That's where if you need to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, then you need to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, I shovel all the time. I was shoveling for the apartment building I live in because we had no maintenance people to do it.
Well, yeah, you're also street parking, which makes things a million times worse.
Yeah, it was, dude, people were like, I don't know, parking on a diagonal because they were too lazy to shovel all the snow. They just shoveled enough so they can get their car out, but then it got cold again, and then that snow froze, and you had mini icebergs all up and down Germantown Ave.
Yeah, it's the worst.
All right, well, that's Austin Jones. I'm John Marks. He's Marks Salciunas. We have the Furry is doing YouTube today.
Yes.
And then Sam Sneers is our associate producer. Yes. Doing good work back there.
He's doing a great job.
He definitely is. All right, Phil's win last night. Don't let them get hot. 5 straight. They're now 11 games over 500. They scored 35 runs in this winning streak. And they're not doing it with just home runs, which is impressive.
Yeah, that's the thing that I love most about the offense right now is that they're finding ways to score runs. Like, if this was one of those stretches where they hit a bunch of home runs, I wouldn't be, over the moon with it. I'm seeing them find ways to score runs. I'm going, all right, it is still possible that this team that has been built off the long ball, that all of our memories of them having great moments has been offensively hitting home runs. This is nice. It's a nice little change for the Phillies.
Here's the question, right? And you had talked about this before, and because it's true. Like, people have started to hate this team.
Yes, which I think is good.
They hate the direction. They hate Dave Dombrowski. They hate the fact that you have underachieving star players. And it looks like when they're bad, it looks like, oh, all right, they're going to make the playoffs, and then they're going to lose in the playoffs, and then we're going to have a team that's a year older. They're going to do the same thing next year, and they're going to try to put duct tape on the problem, and it's never going to fix it. Mm-hmm. So why not take care of it now, trade the players, don't add players, things like that, which we're not there.
Right.
I don't think that's the right approach, but that's where a lot of fans were getting at the trade deadline. Does this change? Does this run here, has it changed people? So do you believe that this team really is a contender? So if we throw out the cliche of contenders or pretenders, Andrew, what would you say?
I will still say, and I have not wavered, that they are slight contenders. And it's because of three men. Their names are Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler, and Jesus Luzardo. I don't even look at the big three offensively of Schwarber, Turner, Harper. I look at those three starting pitchers because what I've been saying for months now, regardless of how much we hate this baseball team, you know that when those three guys start, through 6 innings, you'll be in the ballgame. And then that means I need to win 3 innings. Because it might be 0-0. It doesn't mean if you're up 5-0 because the bats go cold every single October.
Right.
But you know that through the first 6 innings of Christopher Sanchez's start, Zach Wheeler's start, Jesus Luzardo's start, you're in the ballgame whether you're up, down 1, or tied. You're not going to be getting blown out. And so I know every single night, whether it's the Brewers, Cubs, or Dodgers, you have a chance to win those 3 games when those 3 guys start. So that's why forever I've been saying slight contenders. Now, am I about to go buy or do a tattoo of the Phillies 2026 World Series champions that people like to do for whatever reason? No, I'm not going to do that.
No?
No.
Will you commit if they do win it that you would get a Phillies 2026 World Series tattoo?
If they win, I mean, I'm working with a guy that's got a tattoo of Nick Foles on his back.
Right,
so
that's what I'm trying to.
I'm feeling the pressure already that I'm going to have to start putting some tattoo wagers out
So
there.
you get Harper and the Fanatic on your back.
Oh, yeah. I'll have Harper launching the hot dog cannon on my back.
So check it out. You say slight contender. I say stone cold contender, the Philadelphia Phillies. And here's why. You mentioned the starting pitching. You can put their starting pitching up against anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. Kirkring showed you last night why I don't necessarily want him pitching in a high leverage
Or
situation.
fielding ground balls.
God.
Can we have a ghost fielder? Remember like the ghost runners when you played wiffle ball? Can we just have somebody else stand next to Kirkring?
Well, just tell him not to field it.
It's horrible.
Say,
The guy
hey.
can't throw the ball.
It's unbelievable. But I understand their deficiencies, but here's where I feel better about their offense. What they've shown since Arise got here and before that, and apparently there was some team meeting that was a little whiles back where they talked about the approach at the plate. And since then, you've seen a much different team where they're not just up there hacking, where they're walking. And they have 74 walks since Arise joined the team 14 games ago. They're 9-5 with Arise, but they've walked 74 times. They went on the lowest on base percentage as a team before that.
Yeah.
So they're starting to walk. They don't have the same power. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine because when they live and die by it, I mean, we've seen it in all sports. Basketball, right? Live and die by the 3. Look at the Boston Celtics last year. The Sixers
died by the 3.
The Sixers beat them because the Boston Celtics couldn't hit 50% of their shots from beyond the 3-point arc. In baseball, when you're living and dying by the home run ball, you can get 20-22 where you win game 2 of that wild card round because you mashed Miles Michaelis, and then you win your series against the Braves, and then you win your series because of Bedlam at the bank against the Padres. But then the ball doesn't fly against the Astros, and what happens? You can't figure out a way to get a hit. They got no hit in a World Series game.
Yeah, it was like that with when you had Howard and Utley and Rollins. Offensively they were unbelievable, but as they got a little bit older, and then as they continued to be in the playoffs, they weren't hitting home runs like they once were.
Yeah.
And in October, when it's now 45 degrees, the ball's not flying out of the park like when it's hitting season. When Charlie Manuel in August, it's 100 degrees out, and the ball's flying out. And that team, they were so good offensively, but they weren't run manufacturers.
Right.
This team has actually been manufacturing runs. Go look at their game logs. I think they only have 5 home runs, I believe, over this winning streak, and they're scoring runs, too.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. By the way, the Milwaukee Brewers, who scored 22 runs yesterday, who are now 78-48, 30 games over 500. Jake Bauers has the most home runs on their team with 22.
Yeah, they
have a bunch of teens, and then everybody's below 10 home runs, and they hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
Yeah.
You were talking about it earlier. What killed baseball for me was the nerd Ivy League GM that came in and said, "Oh, well, I need 3 outcomes: home run, walk, or strikeout. I don't want you putting the ball in play. It could be a double play, home run. There's no action in the game. So if you get a home run, sure, home runs are exciting, but if there's only home runs, you need action in the game. The Brewers have action in the game.
Yeah.
Look at how many doubles their players have.
Right.
Extra base hits.
I'm sure they have a bunch of them. They have guys that have been hitting doubles for the Brewers. You have Bryce Terang with 28, Mitchell 24, Churio 22, Bowers 19. Like, there's a bunch of big numbers. But it is funny, man, that there was a time in baseball, and it's still kind of happening, where you could hit 205 and be a Major League Baseball player. Because it's about what their slugging percentage was and how many home runs they hit. And it's like, oh, it's okay that he strikes out 200 times as long as he's hitting at least 25 home runs.
Well, Rob Deere back in the day, and it wasn't okay back then. You hit 200 and you had 25, 30 home runs. He was terrible. Like, you're right. These days, it's like, oh, but look at his on-base percentage. Kyle Schwarber isn't a high-average guy. He walks so much. And now that he's hitting 45, 50 home runs, that's a lot different. He's also going to strike out 220 times this year, which is crazy. But anyway, so Austin Jones seems to feel like the Phillies had. So what was the term that you said? You think that they have their swagger back?
I had asked, do they have their swagger back? But I'm not sipping on that Kool-Aid just yet.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I'm here today, and I'm not just going to allow them to just get me all hyped up against this 5-game winning streak. They're scoring 5+ runs a game. And I'm just sitting here, like, just waiting for it to fall back down again, because they're going to go on a little run, and then they're going to hit a huge skid mark again, and then we're going to be questioning things. Like, they have the opportunity to contend, but, between where you're at, Stone Cold, and Salciunas on slightly, I lean more slightly.
All right, you guys are wimps.
Well, when you said swagger, when Austin sent his list of ideas and swagger was on there, I was like, swagger in the Phillies, that doesn't exist for multiple reasons. They get really tight. Yeah. They also, you just look at them, you're like, very little swag on this baseball team.
Yeah, but like, what is it, August 19th, and we'll talk to T-Mac at 8:40 about this. Tom McCarthy at 8:40. Who knows what they're going to be playing like in a month? But this is a good time to find your identity and start rolling. And it's great to see the offense right now. I love seeing Bohm getting big hits and also looking in the dugout, and he's rubbing his nipples for whatever reason. But he's looking in the dugout, and the guys are getting a kick out of it. So you need that kind of stuff. When the Phillies were at their best, their songs that they were talking about and dancing on
the daycare,
right? Like, all that stuff worked. You can't do that in year 3 and year 4. Bringing back the same song that worked for you in 2022 is a sign of desperation.
But you also can't. Bryce Harper, I think, made a mistake last year in 2025. He put a kibosh to everything. Like, it was almost like no more fun, no more emotion. I remember when Edmundo Sosa slammed his helmet out of frustration. Sosa gets to play once a week, right? Once a week. He was frustrated last year and slammed his helmet, and Bryce Harper said to him, we don't do that around here. Meanwhile, Alec Bohm does it 3 times a week. But I think he went too far with, all right, we're serious. We got to win baseball. And that's why before the Field of Dreams game, when I was still working with Connor, I was like, dude, I'm closing my eyes, squinting my eyes, and I think I see a light at the end of the tunnel. And the light at the end of the tunnel is playing in a baseball game where it doesn't seem like it's as stressful, where they're not at Citizens Bank Park and everybody's angry. Because I was at that Sunday Blue Jays game where everybody hated them, deservedly so. They played a baseball game again. Like, it felt like they were kids. There wasn't music being played constantly. Sure, they had to get interviewed before the games, but it was such a simplistic baseball game that I almost think that kind of reminded them, all right, it's not that serious. Like, let's have fun again. They went too far last year being the no-fun team.
Yeah, expectations are crippling.
Yeah.
The further you get away from that World Series, these guys know their window isn't more open than it was before. They know. They're not stupid. They realize it. And you know what that does? Man, that makes you tighter.
Yeah.
That makes it Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, they're getting in their 30s. They know it's not going to be easier to win as the years go by. It's going to be more difficult.
Especially for Harper, because that's the one thing he's missing, right? The World Series ring is the one thing that's missing from his resume, and you see him in the playoffs. They won't throw him a strike, but he'll chase because he thinks, I need to be Superman.
Makes sense. He's not doing that now.
No, he's got an on-base percentage of over 500.
More walks. He has 9 straight games where he's walked, which is second longest in his career. So listen, you guys stay on the fence. Austin, you stay on the fence. Andrew, you stay on the fence with
comfy fence.
You're all in
with strike contenders. I'm not telling you they're favorites to go to the World Series, but because we're so knee deep in this team, and we see the deficiencies, and we know that the national media is going to use the same canned responses of, oh, well, that's starting pitching, and look at the stars in the lineup. What has been the difference in this latest winning streak when they're playing well? It's not that Schwarber got hot. It's not that Turner got hot. It's not that Bryce Harper's hitting home runs. It's the other guys are being productive.
It's that 8 guys are getting on base instead of the crater of 6 straight guys getting outs. Like, there was a playoff series where Johan Rojas was in the starting lineup, right? A guy that literally could not
they
hit
gave
the
you
baseball. And right now you have a lineup, and it's why I was excited for Justin Crawford to come up. It's why I did want him up last year, even though there was talks of, well, he only hits ground balls and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. You need guys to get on base because when you have – I understand that we look at Turner, Schwarber, and Harper first because they're the 3 highest paid players. So when we've been talking about the lack of success in the playoffs, you look at your best players first. But you also can't have 5 guys be automatic outs. And you've had that the last couple of years. JT Realmuto was the only guy that was not an automatic out last year against the Dodgers.
Well, now he is.
Yeah, now he is. Yeah.
But so then when Schwarber and Harper and Turner don't give you anything in the playoffs, which they haven't the last 2 years, then you don't score.
Right.
And that's what's happened. You can't you're never going to win if you're that top heavy.
No, we're focusing on 3 guys and ignoring the other 6 that also don't hit the baseball.
So extend Alec Bohm now. Don't let him get the free agency.
No, I'm
Andrew.
still going to celebrate the day he's done with the Phillies, whether that's after 162, 164, or a full playoff run to a World Series. And if they win the World Series, I'll tip my cap to him and still say, pack your bags, brother.
Stoddy, 19 straight games getting on base. He had a big game last night, big hit last night. All right, so there are your Phillies. Now the Birds, we have Schefter coming up at 8:05. The Birds are in Foxborough against the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Joint practice. Some people say these joint practices mean more than the regular season games.
Must-win week for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So I'm excited, interested to see the A.J. Brown dynamic, et cetera. So we had the Sean, we played during the commercial break, we had the cut where Ray and Sean are going back and forth. And Sean's annoyed that Eagles fans don't seem to have any urgency. And I think he used the word comfortable. Eagles fans are too comfortable right now. So what I would say to Sean is don't confuse comfort with just a lack of attention right now. This isn't a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl, our only sole focus was, got to get to the Super Bowl. Got to win a Super Bowl. Got to win a Super Bowl. So every friggin' moment going into the season and in training camp was like you're so stressed out to like, oh, what's going to happen? Now you know what this organization is built, and it doesn't mean they're going to win a Super Bowl every year. It doesn't mean they're going to win a Super Bowl this year, but it's more of the minute they're not good, we will react with the same venom we've always had, but I'm not going to go crazy in training camp over the wide receiver room. So Sean's specifically talking about he's concerned about the wide receivers. Yeah, like I hear him. I think
can be.
I think there's reason to kind of have a side eye and say, all right, like that may be an issue. But I think a lot of Eagles fans now, it's not about being comfortable necessarily with the team. It's about being comfortable as a fan. This is one of the best organizations in football. So at some point you give them the benefit of the doubt, and then when it goes wrong, you go nuts, and we fire people.
Yeah, I have a plea for the city of Philadelphia over the next 25 days that I'll give you coming up in a little bit based off of what Sean Brace was saying. And this is a message for Sean. This is a message for everybody.
All right, well,
I have a plea.
All right. Coming up next, Andrew Salciunas with a plea to Philadelphia Eagles fans.
It's actually bad for us, but I think it's for the sake of the city.
In the Delaware Valley, across the country, and across the world, can Andrew have an effect on Eagles fans? We'll find out. And then they'll have a bad game, and it won't matter.
Exactly.
All right, that's coming up. It's Marks Salciunas. Adam Schefter coming up at 8:05, a Shefty Wednesday. So don't go anywhere. We're back after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies win back-to-back series. I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have now won 2 series in a row in 5 consecutive games. It wasn't easy last night, but the offense woke up in the 6th inning and scored 4 runs, which helped them beat the Miami Marlins. Ricky Patalico from NBC Sports Philadelphia spoke about the win on postgame.
They are putting other teams in bad situations, especially with relievers in who don't really want to throw the ball over the plate. And when they do, it usually turns into something poor.
Aaron Nola's going to be on the mound today for the Titans as they go for the sweep. He will draw against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is going to be for 6:05. Tom McCarthy from NBC Sports Philadelphia and the Phillies play-by-play and the analyst will join the show at 8:40. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices with A.J. Brown and the New England Patriots. They'll have 2 days of joint practice before they play on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Adam Schefter from ESPN joins Marks and Salciunas at 8:05 to discuss the latest with the Eagles and, of course, around the NFL. The Union are back in action tonight as they're going to play Inter Miami down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the match right here on 97.5 The Fanatic as it starts at 7:30. This update is brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they come directly to you on your schedule with real expertise tailored to your needs. Make an appointment with Verizon Business expert. Go to verizon.com/book today. I'm Austin Jones, your home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
97.5 The Fanatic, YouTube, and the Fanatic app.
This hour is brought to you by the BetParks Online Casino and Sportsbook. Live bet sports on the BetParks app and play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks Online Casino and Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus in PA, New Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That's a glitch. It says, here's John and Andrew, and then it goes to Rodman doing the read.
That's a good point.
That's it's a glitch. It's just...
That's the worm for you.
Well, I mean, they just, after that, say, here's John and Andrew. Or don't do it there and just have it's Marks Salciunas and then had that. I don't know. Because I knew the sponsor was coming, so I didn't step on it, as they say. But anyway.
By the way, the John and Andrew thing, that's why they put you in the morning show. To just stick with
what?
Keep the names.
John and Andrew, oh, that's right.
Because yesterday when I was texting Schefter, like, hey, by the way, new show started, but it's still John.
So he doesn't have to remember anything.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pretend like – because I believe that Adam Schefter knows us Wednesdays. I don't think Adam Schefter knows who we are on Saturdays. At least that's how I think.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. The last time I spoke to Schefter, and I don't think we need to talk about this on the air because I don't think it's his personality, but he came on when I worked with Tony Bruno.
Okay.
And it was right after Andy Reid got let go, got fired. And Adam Schefter had said on, I don't remember if he said it on the ESPN or he wrote it, whatever the case was, he had said that they're going to build a statue in Philadelphia for Andy Reid. And he probably was like, he wasn't wagging his finger saying, be careful what you wish for, but it was very much a pro-Andy Reid, and they're going to build a statue for him in Philadelphia. And, of course, the way we are in Philadelphia, it's like, no, we're not. What are you talking about? It became a sports radio thing where people were mad at Schefter. So we brought him on, and I wasn't even ripping Schefter, but I had to ask him about it. So I said, Adam, I know you had recently said that you thought that the Eagles are going to build a statue for Andy Reid. And before I even finished the question, he got defensive. Tony got defensive.
Okay.
And then I don't even remember what I said. I probably argued with Schefter for a little bit. And then Tony and I shouted at each other for the rest of the segment and then shouted at each other during the commercial break.
Nice.
It's really the ugliest that it's gotten between me and somebody that I work with on the air. Not off the air, but on the air for sure. So that's my last time I've talked to Adam Schefter.
Oh, how about that? Did Tony also ask him that interview if he was following him on Twitter?
Yeah. Probably. But Tony's whole thing was, why would you ask him that? He's coming on. We'd like to have him on in the future. And I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't being confrontational. If I don't ask him something that everybody on the radio station is talking about,
sure,
then I'm not doing my job. And there's a way to ask it without being a dick about it.
Right.
And I wasn't trying to. But I have to ask the question. By the way, I disagreed with it, and I'm right. I'm not building any statue for Andy Reid. Shut up.
No.
Right? But like at the time, a national perspective, really what he was saying is Andy Reid's the best coach in franchise history, and he's done a great job.
And everybody hates him.
Right, which we were like, I'm not going to argue with it. Well, people would probably argue with that at the time. But yeah, and Andy Reid went to Kansas City.
Buddy.
I mean, you think about that. Andy Reid went to Kansas City and he's won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And the Eagles have won 2 without Andy. It was good that he left, and it was good that for both parties.
It's worked out for everybody. We just need one more.
All right. Well, yesterday I made a pledge, a positive Phillies pledge, a pledge of positivity on the Phillies, and I'm remaining steadfast in that. Now, today you're going to ask something of Eagles fans.
Yeah, it's more of a plea. It's not even a pledge. It's a plea at this point. The Eagles season starts in 25 days. All right, they play the Commanders week 1, 25 days from now, Johnny. The countdown begins. And this is actually bad for us, for me to say this, like us in terms of the radio show, in terms of 97.5 The Fanatic, but I need this city to ignore the Eagles over the next 25 days. Straight up ignore them. Like, don't even pay attention to anything that's going on with the Eagles because we're making too much of everything. There was a video of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception over the middle of the field that got 20 million views. And it started debates about whether or not Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback and whether or not he can throw over the middle of the field. They had to post another video yesterday, this time of the quarterback cam. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you go to the Eagles Twitter account, and it's Jalen Hurts in the red zone throwing a touchdown pass over the middle of the field. but it was the point of view of Jalen Hurts. They had a camera on his helmet. And to me, it was 100% a video of, shut the hell up, Twitter. This is how hard it is to look over the middle of the field and throw a football. And all you guys that are eating your hoagies on the couches are complaining about, saying that they could do it better. We are so manic right now,
By the way, it was a great video.
It was a great video.
It was a great idea by the Eagles to say something without having to say it.
Right, exactly.
And that's what they did. That's why they
Shut
put
the
that
hell
out
up,
there.
social media.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not easy to throw over the middle of the field, regardless of how tall you are.
By the way,
things like that.
I think the social media team earned their bonus for this month.
Yes.
I mean, the amount of views that they got.
Oh, yeah. And they got the blue check mark, so you know that Elon's paying them, too.
Here's what I'll say. And I agree with you. And for the most part, other than it's kind of an isolated incident, there's not a lot of storylines with this team.
Well, that's the thing. The storylines, John, we won't get the answers of until the season starts and plays out. That's why I'm saying ignore it. Like, is Jalen Hurts going to get paid? I'm obsessed with this topic. I've talked about it so many days, but even I know I won't get that answer until February, right? The health of the offensive line. How many times have you heard, man, I'm worried about that because we saw how bad it was last year. If they're not healthy this year, they're not going to be able to win. You know when we'll find that out? During the season.
Yeah.
Sean Brace is not wrong to say, I'm a little concerned about the wide receiver room because we lost our 1,000-yard receiver in A.J. Brown. We won't know until the season plays out. Clips from training camp does not tell the story.
Right. No, I mean, it actually shows you where the team is as a franchise, which is uncomfortable for a lot of people because I never thought that I would have one of the premier teams in the NFL that wins Super Bowls, that go to Super Bowls, that every year is a Super Bowl favorite, that has been to the playoffs 5 straight seasons. And it's not just, all right, well, they're a good team this year, but then they're going to disappoint. No, like every year, this is a top franchise in the NFL. If there's a better franchise in the NFL, there's not many of them. We can have the debate, whatever. It's one of the best franchises in the NFL. We have a Hall of Fame general manager.
Yes.
We have an owner that will outspend everybody. This isn't me growing up with Norman Brayman. He was a car salesman. And Reggie White becomes a free agent, the second best defensive player in NFL history, and he says, I'm not paying him that money. Are you crazy? That we're bringing back Reggie White? I'm not spending that kind of money. It's great. It's unbelievable. And so there's not a lot to overreact to. So if you're going to overreact, man, you really, really want to overreact to it. But also embrace it, because I embrace chaos.
Yes.
Chaos can be good. This team thrives in the face of chaos. Nick Sirianni is chaos in himself a lot of times, but for whatever reason, it works with this team. With Jalen Hurts, he's able to almost be a better player when people are talking poorly about him and people are questioning and everything else. Other quarterbacks may crumble. Donovan would be able to. And believe me, Donovan was under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
He had Russ Limbaugh. He had Russ Limbaugh coming out on Monday Night Football and questioning whether or not he was really that good of a quarterback because of the color of his skin.
Right.
They were saying that he was being talked about being a better quarterback because he was black. It's not like he didn't have to deal with a lot. But Jalen just lets it slide right off his shoulder. He doesn't worry about it.
Keep the main thing.
For the most part, I just don't know what we're going to talk about with this team. They don't play in preseason games. You can't even say, well, I'm worried about the team because they suck in the preseason. They don't play their starters.
Right.
So you can't even react to a preseason game. They give you nothing.
And the things that you're worried about, we won't know until it starts. Like Landon Dickerson could go on to, I mean, he straight up, 2 weeks ago said, I was never considering retirement. I know that you were. I know that he was. So we won't know about Landon Dickerson's health until week 4, week 5, not even week 1. Because it's about recovery. How are they feeling going into week 2? There are so many storylines that are real storylines. They are storylines that we have to talk about, that we have to keep track of. I could probably write down 100 right now during the next commercial break. But we won't get the answers until the season actually starts. So over the next 25 days, just kind of ignore it.
And a lot of times, especially in this business, I would always get, well, it's only one game. You have to let them play out the season. Yeah, in our job, we can't let them play out the season.
Right.
It's our job to do a show every day. I got to do a show.
Yeah.
6 o'clock every morning, we're going to have to come on the air and talk about something. So I get that. But, yeah, the preseason storylines, you know what, Andrew? I don't have a ton of confidence the offensive line is going to be great again this year.
Yeah.
I really don't. They have the same players that were really good.
Sure.
So they could. But can they stay healthy and everything else? We're going to find out.
Now, Noel chimes in on the YouTube chat, and he says, Andrew, why'd you have to go a step too far? That is not why they posted that video yesterday. Yes, it is. The Jalen Hurts over the middle touchdown pass. He had that cam on probably all practice. And why did they pick the one where he's throwing over the middle of the field? They could have picked a throw to the flat.
But does he think it's a coincidence?
They could have picked a hitch route.
But they have they? I don't know. Have they used that angle before?
No.
I think he should have ran. I seen the opening.
Yeah. We could break it down.
Actually, it's a good idea.
Somebody did actually do it. If you look at the replies, somebody said he had Saquon the flat. How come he didn't go there right away?
It's awesome.
I love it. We're breaking down the quarterback cam footage now.
All right. Well, coming up, we have Adam Schefter at 8:05. We also have morning headlines with Austin Jones. Austin, good stuff today, sir?
Oh, yeah, some good stuff. Since we're going across the globe, I think we're going to have some things that Mr. Salciunas is going to potentially tap into because his native roots are speaking to him.
All right.
Here's this.
Oh, nice.
All right. That's coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
All right, let's talk about Calci, the prediction market. So, once again, yesterday, said to go with the Fightins. You might as well keep on doing it right now, especially against the Fish. So the Fightins tonight, once again on the Calci market, you have another decent chance of them winning the game. 54% chance tonight for the Phillies. That's the probability. That means if you put down $100 in trade, you would get a $78 profit if it hits. So $178 comes back if the Fightins are able to take care of business against the Fish tonight. But you know what I wanted to look at? Because when I first started doing Calci reads earlier in the week, I saw that the Fightins were at a 4% probability to win the whole thing. Now, I don't think a 5-game winning streak should completely change your tune, considering we've all hated this team over the last couple of weeks. But on Calci, it's actually climbed up to 5. That means the payout's going to be less. 5% chance now for the Fightins to win the whole thing. That means a $100 trade would pay out over $1,800 if it were to come to fruition. On Calci, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So maybe you saw that the change went from 4% to 5%, and for whatever reason, that made you think twice about your initial trade. Just download the Calci app and use code Fanatic to get $10 when you trade $10. Calci, K-A-L-S-H-I. Calci. Trade on anything. You got to be 18 plus. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Calci products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see calci.com/regulatory.
Shefty Wednesday. Do we need to do it? And you know Schefter better than I do. Do we need to do parody songs for him as we get going? Would he appreciate that, or?
I don't know. I've seen him on podcasts and like with McAfee. He opens up a little bit more, so maybe we could.
I say yes.
Maybe we could.
Until he says no.
Could we do a segment, Make Shefty Laugh, where we give him 3 jokes to see if we can get him to chuckle?
We could try that.
I did it with Mike Florio back when I worked with Sean in Middays. Because Florios doesn't seem like a warm and fuzzy guy, not like a bubbly, laughy guy.
Dude, did you see the other day? I know we got headlines coming up here, so this is a great headline story. The guy that fainted.
Michael Holley.
Florio's reaction was, did he just pass out? Like, it wasn't like, oh, my God. And it wasn't even like a chuckle, did he pass out? It was just, did he pass out?
No, I think he was shocked.
Nothing fazed him.
No, but, I mean, I don't think he was looking at the screen like we were.
Oh.
No, it was scary because almost his eyes were like.
You guys ever faint before?
Yes. One time.
I'm a real man.
Oh, okay.
I don't faint.
No?
Faint.
You are a real man.
I had it once in church when I was a kid. It was Easter Sunday Mass down the Jersey Shore. It's like 100 degrees in the church, and we're all bundled up because it's cold outside, and I just gone.
The spirit was trying to get you.
No, honestly, I think
you heathen.
I think it was a bad sign for me.
I fainted once or twice. All right, here we go. Time for morning headlines. What do we got?
Today's headlines with Austin Jones.
All right, and today's headlines is brought to you by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com.
You get your own bed.
Yeah, I had to shout out Matt Menard. I said, well, if we're going to keep the name headlines. You know what it is. You know what it is. You also know a lot about Lithuania.
I do. I know a little thing about Lithuania.
Well, I have a new event that you can put on your calendar, Salciunas, as it was a Corgi dog race this past weekend. Yes, the 5th International Corgi Dog Race took place in Vilnius.
It's the capital of Lithuania. I didn't know that there was 4 prior Corgi races.
That's what I mean, and you've been out there. So here is just a small recap from ABC, who had it on their news cycle.
150 Corgis gathered in Lithuania for the 5th International Corgi Race, and they are off. Organizers say this was the biggest field of competitors ever, the biggest, smallest field. 150 Corgis, 9 countries represented, including Lithuania, Britain, and the U.S., and it was the American Gigi Gustav, the girl dog, who took first. Another American came in second, his name Mr. Corgington.
Shout out Gigi.
Our dogs run faster here in the States.
So do we know what the duration of the race was? Long distance?
So the race wasn't necessarily a race because all they really did was they had all these dogs and they just let them loose. Yes, there was what looked to be a track carpet.
25 meters, 82-foot dash, 82 feet.
They didn't really do the dash. They were playing with the toys.
There's 150 of them. Those dogs were probably pissing themselves all over the place. That's so many dogs.
No, I mean, it seems like they had a winner. There we go. It's like Carl Lewis of the Welsh Corgis.
I'm glad that Lithuania was a good host country. You know, it's good. Philadelphia is the host city of the World Cup and the All-Star Game, and my country
was the
host of the Corgis.
Is it always in Lithuania, or does it rotate?
Yeah, so from what I've seen, it's been in Lithuania. So
it's specific to Lithuania. Okay. There you go. See,
I've been in that park, Vingus Park. It's a gigantic plot of land.
So you know when you go back, plan your vacation around the Welsh Corgi.
Yes. I mean, it's August, so we still have time before football really kicks back up.
I could do vacation. That. Every time I've gone, it's been during the summer, so I could go for the Corgi races next year. How about it?
All right. In order to get to Lithuania, you need to take a flight or 2. I'm not sure of the travel. You know more than me.
Or 3 the last time I went.
Oof. Well, imagine you're preparing for your flight. You finally get through TSA. You get on the flight. You're ready to be locked and loaded for wherever your destination is going. And you just get this lovely message. Excuse me all. This is your Captain Johnny Marks. I just want to let you know that the flight is being canceled because a child will not wear his seatbelt.
The plane had already left the terminal and was heading for the runway when crew members realized the child was standing in their seat. After attempts by the parent and crew to get the child buckled in failed, the plane returned to the terminal and the family was removed. The airline says the delay then pushed the flight past Victoria's 12:30 a.m. runway closure, forcing the flight to be canceled.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I don't know what I would do. My son would be buckled in.
Yeah, I mean,
one way or another.
I brought this story to the attention because you guys are parents and you have young kids and you travel, so it's like
I actually feel bad for the parents not being able to get it done. It must have been pretty bad because you can. I mean, if you forcibly put them in the seatbelt, hey, that's what you have to do.
No, you have to do it. What? Like I wonder, were these like the honey, sit
It's
down?
okay.
Like I'm tough on Coop. Like and sometimes my wife's like, all right, you're a little too tough sometimes.
Be a real man.
But like like no, I'm not putting up with that crap. Like you got to understand, parents, and I can speak of as one, and you can too, John. Like, being a parent is not just raising your child. It's also making sure that they're fine in society. Like, you're on a plane. You have to think about everybody else on that plane, not just little Timmy that's refusing to put his seatbelt on.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the details. I would have to assume that he wasn't allowing them to be. I mean, did they not want to use force? I would need more details that probably aren't available.
probably need some melatonin.
But it sucks that they had to. Then they couldn't fly, which they probably weren't thinking at the time they wouldn't be able to take back off. But that's just unfortunate all around. One time I was going. I was flying to Clearwater, and there was this drunk couple, and they were fighting with each other. And then they separated them, and they put them in different aisles, and they were still fighting, like physically.
Oh.
They were like taking shots at each other.
Oh my God.
And some guy got up and was like, "Listen," he said it to the guy. He goes, "Sit the bleep down. We got to take off. We're not going back. Like, you're gonna sit down, go to sleep. We're taking off." They were gonna do the same thing with the kid. They were gonna make us go back and take him off and arrest him. So they went. They were drunk, obviously.
Yeah.
So the guy finally shut up and he just went to sleep and passed out for the flight. But we were that close to not taking off and going back.
Yeah, that's hard.
And it just sets you back and everybody else back.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not even in that situation. If I'm the parent, I'm not even worried about my own kid at that point. I'm worried about everyone else and ruining everyone else's day. They missed their flight because of it.
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
crazy.
horrible.
All right, what else?
All right, last one for you. So I have a new idea for you, and I'll pitch it right here, right now. We need to make a LeBron James soapbox derby car for the Cardboard Classic this year for WMMR and Preston and Steve. I came across the Portland version of it. Instead of them going down what essentially is an ice mountain here in the Poconos, they go down just a regular hill. So here's a little recap of what took place over in Portland.
It's an event where teams build, decorate, and race their cars down the mountain. Fox News' Abby Davis was there.
Portlanders filled the hills of Mount Tabor Park, cheering as homemade car after homemade car flew down the mountain, powered by nothing but gravity.
There's been a couple of them that were obviously designed for speed, and then there's been a couple that have just been like, we're just going to decorate it up and be really fabulous.
So we in LeBron James Cardboard Classic. We can remote down there, broadcast. Preston and Steve come on.
Yeah, they would have to let us there.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, the competing morning show at the same.
Yeah, I don't think they're letting us over there.
Come on, I'll talk to Scott.
All right, well there you go. We have morning headlines. Look, we can do LeBron themed stuff. I mean, you could go up and represent the station, or somebody could do it.
Yeah, send me and BP up there. We'll be good.
I could see that happen.
I wouldn't put BP in the cardboard. Has he done a cardboard cutout? Brendan Petrilli?
Probably not.
I think so.
Was he wearing a shirt is the question.
It gets cold up there, but probably not for him. I was there before COVID hit when I was interning here. I was here the year Mr. Peanut got hit and broke his leg.
Oh, my God.
He got hit by a school bus cardboard class.
Really? And broke his leg?
Yeah. I'd have to find the video, but literally it's him, and he's like his little Cardboard Classic like ski broke, and the next thing you know, they pushed the bus down, and well.
Was it the Mr. Peanut from like the actual Mr. Peanut store on the Jersey boardwalk?
No.
Or was a guy dressed as?
It was a costume.
Okay.
But I'm going to call him Mr. Peanut because that's who he was.
Because there's the guy on the Ocean City boardwalk. There's a Mr. Peanut.
Is there?
Oh, dude, he's been there my whole life.
I don't remember him at all.
He just stands there with his monocle.
Well, coming up, Adam Schefter. What does Shefty think about the whole interception thing with Jalen Hurts and the response that it got? This isn't just us crazy local Eagles fans. Nationally, people are mad. Like, you can't put that out there if you're the Eagles. That guy should be, whoever did that should be fired. And then people criticizing Jalen Hurts for an interception.
Because we're breaking it down like it's all 22, like it's week 7 of the regular season.
Shefty on that. The joint practice is going on up today in Foxborough. A lot to talk about Adam Schefter. That's coming up next. Marks and Salciunas.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back-to-back series wins. I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have now won 2 series in a row and 5 consecutive games overall. It wasn't easy last night, but the offense woke up in the 6th inning, scoring 4 runs with help propel the Phillies to a win. Here's Ricky Bowe postgame on NBC Sports Philadelphia about the win.
They are putting other teams in bad situations, especially with relievers in who don't really want to throw the ball over the plate, and when they do, it usually turns into something poor.
Aaron Nola's going to be on the mound tonight for the Fightins as they go for the sweep against the Marlins. She's going to draw against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is going to be at 6:05. Tom McCarthy from the TV side of things with NBC Sports Philadelphia for the Phillies will join the show at 8:40. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices with A.J. Brown and the Patriots. They'll have 2 days of joint practices before they play on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Adam Schefter joins us up next right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And the Union are back in action tonight as they play Inter Miami down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the match right here on 97.5 The Fanatic starting at 7:30. I'm Austin Jones, your home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Back. It is Marks Salciunas, John Marks, Andrew Salciunas, Adam Schefter coming up here in about 5 minutes. Our Twitter poll in question is sponsored by Dr. Avedon Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. For the whole 4 hours of the show, our Twitter poll stays up because of Dr. Avedon Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. So check him out. And Bill Colarulo actually texted us. He woke up to a ton of people texting him and Twitter notifications because we asked. Yesterday, Bill had put out a poll because his father-in-law came over to hang TVs because Bill's incapable of doing it. So he asked if it's a violation for him not to do it. And I say, no, if you can't do it, you can't do it. So we had asked earlier in the show, does Bill know how to change a tire? Or has he changed a tire, whatever it is? And most people saying no right now.
Yeah, 76% on the poll say no, but Bill Colarulo has responded on social media saying that he can change a tire.
He can and he has?
I almost need him to do it.
We should have a tire Olympics in the parking lot.
Yeah, like we should see if Bill can actually do it. You know, there is footage that I did not post of Connor Thomas this past Friday. As we closed out the previous morning show, somebody asked Connor how many push-ups he could do in one set, and he said 50. And then the follow-up question was, then fine, put it on video. And so I recorded him, and he got to like 35.
Wow.
I didn't post it because it would have felt wrong of me to do that.
You're a good dude. That's all right. I mean, 35 is still impressive.
It's still impressive.
Here's what I know about push-ups. If you do push-ups on a regular basis, and this is not where I am right now, but there's been times in my working out life where I could do 100 push-ups at once. Because if you train doing push-ups, you can train your body to do push-ups.
Right.
Right now, I'm not doing a ton of push-ups, so if you asked me to do 25 right now, I could do it. I'd be laboring towards the end of the 25.
But Connor is the I can do it guy.
Should have posted
and then could never do it. But I felt bad. I was like, you know what? It's the last day we just worked together. I can't post that one on social media.
So
I would have posted it.
He's the I can do everything, but then never does it. That smells like a bit.
Yeah.
Keep giving him things to do, and then
he'll say that he could do it, and then he can't actually do it.
What is it? His mouth is what was it? Larger than his stomach?
Yes,
or something like that. Whatever the term is.
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence with Connor Thomas.
But anyway, as Schefter's joining us up here in just a couple of minutes there, Andrew, the Eagles up in Foxborough, joint practice. How about that?
Yeah, we got joint practices coming up. And as we've been talking about for like the last couple of weeks, whether or not there's going to be drama. And I'm curious, when we have Schefter on, like, this is the way that training camp is going. I mean, it's already there. Let's be honest. Let's not say like, let's not act like, oh, coming up in a couple of years, joint practices will be more important than the actual preseason games. No, it's already there. Every single coach will basically tell you that. So the way training camp has changed since joint practices have become the focus of it. You know, Schefter could talk to us about that. The Cowboys and Saints were getting in like 75 different fights yesterday. Like it was ridiculous. But this is that controlled environment where you're trying to get as much of that energy out possible before the start of the season. What, joint practices?
Because you think about it. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was, and time just goes by too fast. But you would drive up to Lehigh, and you would have these huge professional athletes that are staying in dorms where the beds aren't really big enough and they're not comfortable. And this is just what you do. This is what you do. You get out, you go up there. It's a team building, team bonding type thing. And then once they said we're not doing that anymore, it was like, yeah, it's probably a better idea for everybody involved that they don't do that. It sucks as a fan not to be able to have that experience.
Right.
But it makes a lot more sense that that's what they do, that they have this practice facility that is, has all the modern amenities, and they were up in Lehigh for so many years.
Yeah, it does make more sense. And look, just let's think of our jobs for a second. Like, you can watch the show live on YouTube. We've had people sit in on the couch and watch the show before. But is anybody here for the pre-show meeting where we're breaking it all down? And
that's the fun part.
Like, nobody's here for that. Why should fans be able to see what's going on before the start of the season? By the way, it's not a direct correlation, but ever since they got rid of the Lehigh training camps, the Eagles have been one of the best organizations in sports.
So it just goes to
They're
show you.
more serious now.
So that was the first where teams started getting away, and teams still do it, but teams were starting to get away from going somewhere and having that training camp. They used to, when did they stop doing two-a-days? I'm telling you that NFL players in the 90s, they were out there like 6 hours a day in the heat doing two-a-days.
But every player from that era, I remember Baldy talking about these stories too. That was when they got in shape.
Yeah, you're right. It's
nowadays,
not season.
Saquon Barkley, you see his off-season training videos. The guy looks like he could run for 200 yards in March.
Yeah, it's a year-round thing. You're right.
Yeah, and that's why.
These guys aren't coming in July and they're sweating. They're losing 20 pounds.
Yeah, two-a-days were for, here's the second Tony Saragusa mention of the week, RIP. Like, two-a-days were for him.
You're right.
Like, we need you to shed a couple of those LBs to get back to playing shape.
But also, to your point, the joint practices, and you'll kind of hear the same responses from the coaches. It's a controlled environment that they can get their work in and they can get their players the work they feel like they need without putting them out there in a game.
Right.
And without showing offensively, you go out to a preseason game, they're running very basic plays. They don't want to show anything of what they do. They can do different things in these practices. So typically you get teams, and it's the team you're playing in preseason, but you can get a little bit of a trust factor where you can be like, listen, we're going to obviously take film and we're going to video or whatever, but we're not going to necessarily distribute that to everybody else in the NFL.
Right. And, by the way, our corners need work on this. Your wide receivers need to work on that, and they go on from there. So to talk more about it, Johnny, and a whole lot of other stuff, including a lifetime supply of chicken that is being discussed right now. We finally have actual storylines in training camp to talk about it. So joining us now from ESPN, our man Adam Schefter. Shefty, good morning.
What is going on, Andrew and John?
A lot, finally, because the last couple of weeks, they're not that I haven't enjoyed talking to you every single week. There's just been very little storylines, but now that we're finally starting to get into the thick of training camp, there's more to talk about. And one of the things we were just discussing before you came on was how joint practices have completely overtaken training camp as the most important thing. So I know that there's still teams that do the old school training camps, but for the majority of the NFL, does it seem like joint practices is just the way that the NFL will continue to go moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. Now, again, there are instances where it doesn't work out. See yesterday with the Chargers and 49ers when a 49ers defensive lineman falls on the leg of the Chargers starting center, Tyler Biotic, and he hurts his knee, and it looked like it was not good. And I'll bet it's not good today when we finally hear about it. But aside from those isolated instances, the teams feel like they can control the practices more. And so they get the purposes of going up against another team, different faces. You know, when you're going up against your own team in training camp every day, people get tired of hitting each other and going up against the same guys. This is a different kind of activity, and it's worked out well. And it's not new. Like, it's gone on the last 5-10 years. And it's really almost replaced these preseason games to where when you get in the preseason games, you're playing the bottom of the roster guys that are competing for spots. So it's a trend that's been in place for a while. I would imagine it'll continue on, and that's the state of the league right now.
Now, a really interesting question because you can watch the show live on YouTube, and there's a comment section, Shefty, and Jim Fitz has a question, which I think is actually a pretty good one. At what point, because we know the NFL is all about making money, at what point do these joint practices get televised? Maybe not the entirety of them because there's some things that the teams don't want out there, but could there come a time where it's like, all right, coming up tomorrow, we're going to be coming to you live from Foxborough for Eagles-Patriots joint practices?
Well, you know, NFL Network has done some of that where they kind of have people on there. You see it in the background. And I think it's a hard thing to do because, you know, sometimes coaches don't want things seen, and you don't know what they do and don't want seen and what they will and won't be sensitive about. It's a simple thing. Look, in the NFL, you know, at one point in time, Pete Rozelle thought it was a crazy idea to broadcast the draft. Like, who's going to watch that? I mean, make picks being made, and now we know what that's turned into. So I never put anything past the league, but I just don't know that I see that right now.
Shefty, the A.J. Brown Eagles joint practice with the Patriots. So far with A.J. Brown up in New England, what has the response been and how are things going?
Well, they're practicing today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be – I don't think it's much of anything. But it'll be great theater, something for people to talk about, a chance for everybody to reconnect. We'll see how that all works out. Good where they've done this before. And we'll see how that works out.
But as far as everything that's going on up in New England, has he as it went well? Has he acquiesced up there? How have things been going?
I honestly have not heard anything in the last 24 hours, so I can't answer that with any degree of honesty. I don't know. I just assume it to be as long as you don't hear anything, everything's good. No news is good news in a case like this.
Shefty, one of the things that unfortunately we had to talk about because the world is so funny with the sport of football was the Jalen Hurts interception thrown in training camp the other day. I don't know if you saw this video, and then there was a video posted yesterday of him wearing the quarterback cam, throwing a touchdown pass. over the middle of the field. What did you make of that entire spiral of social media reacting to a throw from Jalen Hurts in training camp?
Without knowing anything, here's my read on it, okay? It's some young social media person who gives no thought into something like that and just posts the play because it looks like a great defensive play. And in the world we live in, everybody reacts the other way, and they see the interception. The Eagles are posting Jalen Hurts. And I guarantee it was some 23-year-old social media intern that just posted that, not thinking anything of it. And all of a sudden it creates a firestorm of comments. And so now the Eagles go the other way. Okay, let's post a nice play of his. Like, I don't think it's anything more than that. I'll ask, but I would bet that's what happened.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are trying to have some fun with it, Adam, where they say something without saying anything. And really, like from the social media person's standpoint, you're right. You would have probably someone that's been working in the business for a couple of years, not really realizing how insane we are towards football and Jalen Hurts. And by posting just an interception, now you get, oh, the Eagles threw him under the bus on purpose. Oh, that person should be fired from their job. It was a training camp interception, but that's where we are in this city, and that's where we are with the NFL.
Yeah, I understand. No, listen, it happens at all levels, right? Like, sometimes. Oh, hold on. Oh, we have some breaking news here.
What do we got? He's probably tweeting it out as we speak. He probably just muted the conversation. He's going to tweet it out.
Yep. It looks like. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure before I say anything.
Yeah, no, we can filibuster here while you get all your ducks in a row.
We did say at the beginning of the call that maybe we find out bad news about Tyler Biadasz, who's a very talented center.
Yeah. ESPN has added Pat McAfee to Monday Night Countdown.
Oh, that's the news. All right. Pat McAfee is now part of Monday Night Countdown. Your thoughts, Adam?
Yep. I love Pat. I'm a big Pat guy. So, for the record, I think he's awesome, been great. Happy to have him aboard. Welcome him to the team, and he'll do a great job.
Have you listened to the album yet?
He's a musician too. The more you can do, the better.
That's awesome.
Now, if you were to do if you were to do an album, we doing rap? Are you going 90s rap, Schefty? Are you a country fan? Because listen, that could be pulled off the country gig, no doubt.
Yeah, and why not? We'll try that.
Schefty, there's a story that I'm really intrigued by. Von Miller, who signs with the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys are putting together a decent defense that actually kind of concerns me. But he wants his number 40 back. And he offered a lifetime supply of chicken to the current player of the Cowboys that has the number 40. So I will ask you, in all your years of covering the NFL, what has been the craziest deal that you have seen constructed for a jersey number?
Well, some players pay a lot of money for that. I'd have to, what if we just into Google, right? What is the most money that a player paid for an NFL jersey? Like right now, let's just try this. Ready? As we do this, what is the most money that an NFL player has paid for a jersey number? Let's see what comes up. Ready? Yeah. Gerald McCoy paid Kyle Love in 2019 $250,000.
That's ridiculous for a number to put on your jersey. That's insane. Lifetime supply of chicken, though, Adam. Would you do that? A lifetime supply of chicken for a jersey number?
No, I would not do that. I would not.
All right, last thing, Schefty. Obviously, sad news. Bill Rasmussen, the former CEO of ESPN, one of the co-founders of ESPN, passes away yesterday at the age of 93. I mean, you were working before you got to ESPN, but you're Adam Schefter through ESPN. So your thoughts on the legacy that Rasmussen leaves behind with the legacy that is ESPN?
Well, obviously he was a visionary, and he created something way before many of us saw it happening. He was the one that came up with the idea for an all-sports network. I remember being in elementary school, and my father telling me about this, and I'm like, how great is this? And I remember it coming on and being like, what is this? It was like a lot of stuff that they were obviously just using to fill air. But he created this. He had a vision. It was the right idea at the right time, and look what it's become today. He was a man ahead of his time. We all owe him a tremendous sense of gratitude, and we would not be where we are today were it not for him.
Well said, Schefty. Appreciate the time, man, and we'll talk to you again next week after the Eagles complete their must-win joint practice session against the New England Patriots.
Thank you, and welcome, John.
You're the man, Schefty.
Thanks, Adam.
There he is, Adam Schefter, joining us here on Marks and Salciunas. Lifetime supply of chicken. Are you in?
No, I want money.
You would go money.
Von Miller's got a ton of money. He can keep his chicken.
But the lifetime supply of chicken, if you actually eat it every single day, might actually surpass the amount of money that's off.
Let me tell you something. This weekly thing with Schefty is going to be a struggle for me because he drives me nuts. And he drove me nuts during that interview. So that's why I want to kind of give you the lead for this because you've been working with him. And I'll just leave it at that because he's an important part of the station.
Hell yeah.
He's the number one NFL insider, so I'll just leave it at that. All I was trying to ask him was that what's the story with A.J. Brown up in New England so far? What are the returns? Maybe I didn't ask the question clearly.
Yeah, I got what you were saying.
I don't know. So whatever.
I think he was I'm guessing he thought you meant like, how is he going into today?
Yeah.
When you were asking, how has he been?
Yeah.
In
What
New
are you
England?
hearing? How's everything going on in New England with AJ? I mean, he just demanded a trade, or he forced his way out of Philadelphia. How's everything going up there with Drake May?
Well, he's in heaven. Remember that. Yeah. He posted that a couple of times on social media that he's in heaven.
And then he's
Johnny.
preoccupied because he met McAfee Monday Night Countdown. So then he doesn't even.
I thought we were at least gonna get like the Biotish news or something, but no, it's Pat McAfee runs this world.
Who's on Monday? Who was on Monday Night Countdown? Was that Kelsey?
Ryan Clark?
Okay,
but he got laid off.
Right.
So yeah, Jason Kelsey's been he's Prime, isn't he? Or is he both?
No, he's ESPN.
Yeah, that's right. He's ESPN. So Jason Kelsey.
So I actually think McAfee, this is what happens, and this is what you see with Stephen A. They say, hey, you're going to make this much money, you're going to be all over the place.
And you're going to stretch him thin.
And McAfee, that's what he does. McAfee's good. I'll be interested to see. I'm not a big – I don't particularly care for pre-games or post-games. I watch the halftime shows. I like the games. But I do watch the halftime shows, and I don't know how much post-game Monday night I'm going to be watching with this job now. But, for the most part, I watch enough of it to know if they're good or not. So I'll be curious to know what McAfee's like. So if he's going to be on there with Jason Kelsey, that's really interesting.
Yeah, but by the way, he's also on game day.
He's going to do game day, right?
So how, my man's just flying. He's getting those frequent flyer miles.
Herb Street will be on game day and then fly to the game.
Yeah, that's right.
In a different city.
With the dog.
Well, that's why, he has the dog with him. So there you go. All right. Well, there's Adam Schefter. There you go. Anyway, got a phone call here. Nick in Elkins Park. Nick, go ahead. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Actually, you know what, Nick? Can you hang on a second? I don't want to end up taking you late. We'll be late for the break. Let's get to it. 610-632-0975. It's Marks and Salciunas, 610-632-0975. 840, Tom McCarthy and your red-hot fighting Phils. Don't let the Phils get hot. To all you fake believers out there,
Don't
like
drink that
Salciunas.
Kool-Aid.
Yep. No, like you.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Fake believer. You don't really believe. By the way, I can't make people believe if they don't believe.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
And it's not a criticism if you don't believe. Because if you really don't believe, I'm not believing they're winning the World Series. What I'm saying is that everything we're watching right now is a very good thing if you want the Phillies to be a true contender. So what you're seeing right now, they're able to get a lot of things done without their big boppers hitting home runs. We'll talk to Tom McCarthy about all that coming up. Your phone calls as well, your text messages on the Dave Honda text line. This is Marks and Salciunas, 975 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. This update is brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers in Marlton. No pressure, no commission shopping with every price clearly displayed. No haggling, just real value from a family-owned business on Route 70 or shop online at Family Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination. We just had Adam Schefter on from ESPN as the Eagles prepare to go up to Foxborough and take on the New England Patriots in a much-heated joint practice before their preseason matchup on Saturday. Here is Schefter on why teams are starting to focus more on joint practices.
Teams feel like they can control the practices more. And so they get the purposes of going up against another team, different faces. You know, when you're going up against your own team in training camp every day, people get tired of hitting each other.
Now the Eagles are going to be taking on the New England Patriots, and you can catch that interview on YouTube shortly or Fanatic.com. The Phillies went on and beat the Miami Marlins 6-4 last night as Alec Boehm and Bryson Stott were able to drive home runs and make some defensive plays that made you say wow. Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound for the Phillies today as they go for the sweep against the Marlins against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is set for 6:05. This update's also brought to you by Taco Bell. Experience a new $3 pepper jack deal, steak burrito, and decadent melty or crisp fresco. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Tax extra. I'm Austin Jones on the home of 97.5 The Fanatic.
Is Marks Salciunas. Good morning, everybody. John Marks, Andrew Salciunas, Austin Jones. We got Sam Schneeris. He's back there working hard for you. Good. Sean the Wern Rodman on YouTube today. The whole crew is here. Tom McCarthy's going to join us coming up at 8:40. Your team, your town, you're fighting Phil. Sorry, that's the Sixers. Your team, your town. You're fighting Phil's win last night. Another come from behind win. Good win. They're not just hitting home runs off bad pitchers.
Yeah, 5 straight wins. And you know what? This has been perplexing to me. The Phillies bullpen, except for Kirkering, shocker, had a nice night yesterday. And it's like, yes. I have seen stretches this year that might last 3 or 4 games where the bullpen's actually pretty good. Alvarado had another nice night yesterday. But then Alvarado will have 3 or 4 straight games where he can't find the damn strike zone.
Yeah, he's been really, really frustrating with his
and that's concerning because, you know, I can wax poetically about Sanchez, Luzardo, Wheeler. All I need is 6 innings out of them, and I know that I need to just win the next 3. The scary thing is there's 2 innings out there where I'm not confident. Duran, I'm great. 9th inning, Duran, I'm all good. What are they doing in the 7th or 8th inning? And we could talk about from now until the end of the season, they're going to be figuring that out. Like, is it going to be Brooks Raley? Is it going to be this McFarland kid who went out there? But he allowed 2 base runners yesterday. You could throw 100 miles an hour, but he allowed 2 base runners yesterday. There's not a guy other than Duran coming out of the bullpen and Big John, Jonathan Bolin, that I'm saying, all right, I feel good that they're entering the game. But the Jonathan Bolin factor is he's never pitched in the playoffs.
Correct.
I don't know if he pees himself. Like, I don't know.
And I've seen Kirkering pitch in the playoffs.
And it's not good.
Which is the other thing. You're right.
He's been bad. People make so much of last year. He was bad against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Or against the Diamondbacks.
When the Phillies let Jeff Hoffman leave, I was fine with it because he had multiple opportunities in the playoffs where he came up small. And so you just have to you have to just tell yourself, that's probably what he's going to be in the playoffs. He was really good.
Yeah.
And they got him off of waivers. He was free. They didn't have to give up anything for him. He wasn't making big money. He was really good. And then look what happened in Toronto. He gave him the World Series.
Yeah.
Little World Series for him. So sometimes these just are what they are.
Yeah.
And it feels like Kirkering to me is regular season, 7th inning, 8th inning, not the highest leverage of situations. He's pretty good. You're going to put him in the 8th inning of a playoff game?
No, he's like a 5th inning guy for me. Like, hey, I need you to get me 3 outs here. That's all I'm asking you to do in the 5th inning of a ball game, 6th inning of a ball game. But the deeper you go, I mean, the deeper you go into the ball games, the more scared I get. I know innings 1 through 6, I'm comfortable. I know the 9th inning, I'm relatively comfortable with Duran. Relatively because it's the 9th inning, we're always going to be, on the edge of our seats. But the other 2 innings, like, there's not a guy that's coming out of the pen. There's no Bridge to Lidge. There's no Ryan Madsen on this baseball team.
No, there's no Scott Air. Well, maybe you do have Scott Air because Brooks Raley's pretty good.
Yes,
he got to save last night. So at least they did their best to improve the bullpen with maybe what was available out there. There wasn't a ton of relief. High-end relief guys at the back of the bullpen.
Right, you thought Chapman could have been, but then the Red Sox started winning games. The only problem with Raleigh, it's matchup based.
Yeah, he's your typical left-handed reliever. He's not an 8th inning guy. Let me come in and get strikeouts. That was supposed to be Alvarado.
Right,
you're paying big bucks to Alvarado to be that guy, and he hasn't been that guy.
Did you want him back after last year?
No.
I wanted him gone.
I did not because
getting suspended. But crush this team.
Didn't feel like that you had already gotten the best you were going to get out of him, and bringing him back, you were just hoping you were going to get the same player you saw a couple years ago when he might have been on steroids.
Yeah, and by the way,
I would have brought him back.
They had a team option. Like Dombrowski made the decision to keep him around.
Yeah, didn't they say no to the option? But then they came to an agreement.
Did they rework? Maybe. Yeah, I mean the suspension killed him.
Whatever it was, they decided to bring him back.
Yeah, which they shouldn't have.
Not at that number.
I was so pissed off. I love this city. I love you all. I was so angry when people gave him the standing ovation last year when he came back from the suspension. I hated it. And that's why I am happy that we are showing hatred toward the Phillies again. We went too far in loving this team because of a fleeting moment in 2022. A great fleeting moment, but that's what it ended up being because they haven't been back. That guy got a standing ovation after hurting this baseball team. After being listed as ineligible for the playoffs.
See, I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, you don't remember?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't remember it.
His first game back, he got a standing ovation. And I thought it was the dumbest thing that this city has done in a long time.
No, so they exercised the $9 million club option.
Oh, so they did. Yeah. They made that decision.
Oh, no, that was for this season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I guess they looked at it and said $9 million. You don't have to sign him to a multi-year contract. So you get $9 million for Alvarado. You have
what did
Keller's getting 10.5 or something like that. Essentially $20 million of bad production.
Yeah.
Or supposed to be your top relievers before you get to Duran.
By the way, you're paying $30 million for two guys that aren't playing right field for you.
Man, for people want to give Dombrowski credit for some moves. You can do that. You also have to look at the amount of money he's wasting.
Whew. Yeah, John Middleton's going, wait, where's this money going to?
All right, T-Mac, Tom McCarthy coming up in about 5 minutes. Let's go to Nick in Elkins Park. Good morning, Nick.
What's going on, John? What's going on, Andrew?
What's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
John, I just want to say one of the reasons why you're the GOAT is because you call it as it is. That interview with Schefter was brutal.
No comment.
I'm just saying, as a fan of the station, longtime listener of you in particular, absolutely brutal interview. Dude was preoccupied. He's Googling live on the air. I mean, come on. If you guys want someone to Google on the air, I'm available once a week.
Here's all I'm saying. Unfortunate timing with the big news of McAfee, because, the world is just waiting with bated breath to have a tweet about. But, he was preoccupied. Once that happened, the interview was over. I took my headphones off at one point. I was like, all right, just go ahead, Andrew. Do the rest. Anyway.
Yeah, so first thing I want to say is, I don't know if you guys notice this. Every time Tyler Phillips pitches against us, he is pitching us inside. He's brushing up against guys. Like, I think we need to dot him. Like, not him, but someone on the Marlins. Obviously, he doesn't bat anymore.
Oh, I root for his failure. I actually root against Tyler Phillips, even though he's from here and he went to Eustis, so maybe him and Bill Colarulo ate at the same lunch table at one point. I root against them. The fake macho coming out of the bullpen, punching himself in the face like he's trying to be a reliever from the 90s is hysterical to me. Just to walk two batters and to give up runs. He almost gave up a home run yesterday. Schwarber was like 2 inches foul.
Yeah, because Brendan Petrilli texted us earlier and said they went to the same high school, and you can see the manufactured macho mentality for both of them.
But no, I just wanted to. I mean, it wasn't the right spot for Kerkering. It was a close game, but I would have had no problem if he put one on Lopez's back. I mean, that's the dude does it every single time he pitches.
Oh, I thought you meant it wasn't the right spot to put Kerkering in the game because it was.
You're right about that too.
It was a tight game.
The problem is, who else do you have?
Yeah.
No, like really, realistically, with the Phillies, if you're gonna have real conversations about them being a contender, this bullpen needs to figure it out quick. You do not win. You do not win in the playoffs with a bullpen that looks like it does right now.
Last thing I want to say about Jalen Hurts. Anybody making a big deal, it's pretty clear to me that there is a faction of the media and of our fan base that wants this guy out of here. 20 million views on an interception video is insane.
Yeah.
So it's gotten to the point where I almost want to say it's borderline toxic. And my vibe is, like, I don't think he's going to be back next year. Unfortunately, as a Jalen guy. Like,
So what? He's going to say, "Sorry, Eagles, I'm leaving."
I mean, he has no guaranteed money. I don't.
Not a lot.
He could.
But
he could.
To your point, this is kind of I'm not even. I think the most likely scenario, Nick, and I always appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. The most likely scenario is Jalen Hurts gets a new contract and he's back next year.
Yeah.
Because I expect he's going to have a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not a perfect year, but the winning is Jeffrey Lurie likes Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
So if they make the playoffs this year, if they win a playoff game, if it's not a disaster, Jalen Hurts is going to be back. Jalen Hurts isn't going to tell the Eagles, "I'm leaving.
No.
Screw you." He's still under contract. Now, can he say, "You need to give me a new contract"? Of course.
He's not playing on this deal next year.
The Eagles, give me the example of the Eagles making a player play out their contract. Dallas Goedert?
Yes.
Right? They don't do it with quarterbacks.
Reed Blankenship?
Right. Players like that. Jalen Hurts, unless they want to play hardball and say, "No, you're still making a lot of money, you're going to come back," which I'd be fine with. If they want Jalen Hurts back, he's going to be back.
Yeah, he's not going to play on this contract next year. It'll get renegotiated if he has a good year. If he doesn't, we'll be talking about June 1st all over again. What happens?
right now there's 11 from the eyes of quarterback one. If you didn't see it, there was a video put out there there was the interception video earlier. Was it this week?
It was last week. You and I weren't working together.
It was last week, and then yesterday they put out. It was almost like it's like a GoPro on his head, and he's in the red zone and he throws a touchdown, and you see everything from his perspective. 11 million views in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, the Eagles are in the algorithm of a lot of people, not just here right now. It's amazing.
It is good. So Tom McCarthy's going to join us coming up in a second.
He's good to go. He's on the Zoom.
He's Zoom audio.
Yes.
Oh, I see that.
That's why he's not on the call screen there.
Tom McCarthy ready to go on the call last night. You're fighting Phils. 5 straight wins as they're starting to cook a little bit here in August. What's up, Tom? Thanks for a couple.
Hey, guys. What's going on? How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Well, typically with me, Tom, if the Phillies are playing well, I'm well. And Phillies
You and me both, brother.
All right, so here's what impresses me right now. They're doing it without home runs. They're doing it with walks and Stott and Bohm. You know we love small ball in Philadelphia, Tom, but at least it's giving you a dynamic of when you get to the playoffs, if Schwarber and Harper and Turner aren't hitting home runs, you're not going to score runs. They've been scoring runs without hitting home runs.
They have. The part of it that you touched on, I think that is really important is the approach. Now, this is something that when we got back from the All-Star break, Don and Kevin Long talked to the team about their approach being a little bit better. And it really didn't sink in totally. And I think a lot of it's because guys are having success based off that. It didn't really sink in, though, until probably the 1st of August. I mean, that 9-win month of July was not great, obviously. And at that point, I think a lot of people thought, all right, well, this is going to continue to be a teeter-totter. And for those of you who don't know what a teeter-totter is, if you go to a playground, it goes up on one side and then down on the other and back. That's like old school. But anyway, I just think their approach is better. Now, I think Stott's comments last night are realistic. When Bohm's on a heater, you ride it as long as you can, and it usually lasts a little bit of time. So that's the key is when players like this, and I'm not saying that it won't be sustainable, players like this are doing this, you ride it, because we have not had a collective, hey, Harper, Schwarber, Arise, Turner hot at one period of time. So maybe we'll get to that point too, and it'll be able to carry us through September because it's going to be a tough schedule in September. So these guys got to be on top of their game.
Yeah, one of the things I've been saying recently is that the hope with the Phillies is that they haven't played their best baseball yet. If you go back to,
I would agree. Yep.
I think the year they lost to the Mets in the playoffs, they played their best baseball in the first half of the season, and they peaked. And you could tell going down the stretch, it's like, nah, they already played their best baseball. That if you're looking at the biggest reason why this team could make a move over the next month, I really think they've underachieved. And in underachieving, they're still 11 games over 500.
Definitely have underachieved. I don't think there's any question about that. And I agree with that, if they can start playing their best baseball in, now and through September, then it could carry over. I think back to the year they went to the World Series, when they lost to the Astros. I mean, they were basically up against it. They were up against it for most of the month of September and were able to figure it out. And it kind of carried them over. They were up against it in the wild card against the Cardinals until the last part of that game. And they were able to come back and win that game. And that sort of led to the success against the Braves. And then eventually, led to them getting to the postseason. So, to the success against the Padres. I do believe that that's part of this. There's going to be a team that's going to get hot. And it's going to start you're going to and maybe it's the Padres. I don't know. But the good thing is we've won all 6 games against the Padres. But there is going to be a team that gets hot. Maybe it's the Phillies that gets hot, and they start becoming the Phillies that we anticipated at the beginning of this year.
Tom, the one thing that I'm really worried about is it's not even the bats, because that's what we seem to talk about every single year. It's the bullpen. Like, they've actually kind of sneaked by the last couple of years in the postseason. We look so much at Schwarber, Turner, and Harper and their struggles in the postseason, and we kind of ignore that the bullpens had their issues too. Other than Duran, who are the guys that you are saying, all right, I feel comfortable when this person's coming out of the bullpen, I know that this is going to be a relatively clean inning for the Phillies?
I think it comes in spurts. I do think, last night with Kerkering, the way he executed his pitches, that was good. But there is obviously, issues from time to time with him. I like Raley. I think Raley, and I know he pitched the 9th inning last night. If Alvarado is not going to be consistent, like last night, he was really good. but he hasn't been consistent. If he's not going to be consistent, then maybe Raley is the guy. Now, I know Raley has had some blown saves with the Mets over the last couple of years, including this year, but I still like his difference in the movement of his pitches and things like that. Bolin, to me, that was a hiccup the other night. I think he has been outstanding. I mean, the Phillies won that trade with the Royals, and I think his stuff, as long as his confidence is high, I think his stuff is going to play. So I feel good about Bolin. I feel good about Raley. There's times where I feel really good about Kerkering. I don't always feel good about Alvarado, but I do think he has it in him. But I do think that he's a confidence guy, and when it's not going well, then his confidence gets chipped a little bit. But I'm hoping that maybe last night there was sort of a pull toward the positive side for him.
Yeah, and if you go back to 2022, we were having – right now in 2022, we were having these same conversations about the Phillies bullpen. And then –
probably, yeah.
We were. And then just like in baseball, something happened. And unfortunately, I don't know how the Phillies are going to be playing in a month. Right, Tom? We don't know. They could get hot. This might be the start of them getting hot. And I honestly, I like where the Phillies are right now. They're kind of under the radar. They have the starting pitching. They got to figure things out other than that. But they're in a good spot to make a little bit of a run here and then get hot as the playoffs start.
I agree. And people worry about, what the matchup would be for the wild card. And listen, they still could win the division, but, that may be a long shot. They're 5.5 games out, but they do have games against the Braves coming up. The thought process is whoever they match up against, as long as what you've seen these last several starts for Zach Wheeler is not going to be consistent, then I think that they match up really well with the top 3 starters. So that 3-game series, they'll have the advantage because of the pitching. And I think that there's even a chance they have the advantage because of the pitching if it's the Dodgers that they have to face, because I do always like our top 3 against whoever's top 3 is out there. It's cleaning things up. They're playing a very fundamentally unsound Marlins team right now. Yeah. They weren't that way when we were down in South Florida a couple weeks ago, but they've made a lot of mistakes. You just can't make those mistakes in this day and age. The door is open for all of these teams to get to the postseason, but I think we're seeing you have to feast on the teams that you should, and that's what the Phillies have done against the Twins, although the Twins won 2 against the Braves, and against the Marlins in these first 2 games.
Talking to Tom McCarthy last night with Crucker on the call as the Phillies win their 5th straight. Now, you mentioned Bohm earlier, and I don't know if you guys addressed this on the broadcast. What is he doing after he gets a hit? He did it again last night after he got a double. It looks like he's doing something with his nipples when he looks into the into the dugout. I don't know if Crucker's on this. You got to get Cruck on the case.
So we have talked about this, and John said he did say on the air, and I tend to agree with him on this. Now, this is a Garrett Stubbs thing, so whatever it is that Stubbs has implemented as far as the celebration, I would say that the disc jockeying, the DJ stuff, is more G-rated than whatever this is. But John has talked about it. He goes, I think I'm better off leaving this one alone. And I suggested to him that he was probably heading down the right path of leaving it alone, because I have no idea what it is, although I can assume what it is, and it probably should be left as what it is.
I mean, it really is amazing, these celebrations. At least they're not doing what was going on in San Francisco earlier this year, where they were hip thrusting one another.
I would say that yes, I would think that they're probably better off not doing what they did in San Francisco, or with whatever wide receiver comes up with some kind of obscure plan when they get a touchdown as well.
Right. Well, but I do like it because there seems to be a certain closeness to the team right now, and that's easy to do when you're winning. But still, it's good that a guy like Bohm, who, man, his confidence is so important. He's so important to this team, Tom. He really is. And it's good to see him kind of in the right headspace right now, because they're going to need him. If we learn nothing other than you can't just rely on your big guys in the playoffs, the other guys got to contribute. And Bohm has to be a big part of that.
No doubt. Listen, this has always been a really good clubhouse, like from a get along type of thing. I know that there might have been issues at the end of the year last year with Nick, with some players and with the staff and stuff like that. But this, for the most part, has been as good a clubhouse as we've had dating back to the 2010, 11, 12. That one, the 08, the 07, that one would be really hard to replicate, like really hard to replicate. But this one is a really good clubhouse, and it's filled with guys that are good guys to be around and to talk with as well. So that part of it, I'm never really concerned about, and I think a lot of it has to do with Schwarber and Real Muto and guys like that, and Wheeler. It's a good clubhouse. Again, it's always better when they're winning, and they're playing some really good baseball right now. There's still some things that have to be cleaned up. There's still some base running. There's still some little wacky things that have to be cleaned up. But I think you're seeing that this is what they're capable of doing, and it's going to be good. Listen, that schedule in September is really tough, and they're going to have to play their best baseball in September. And that part, to me, is what's going to make or break this whole thing.
All right, he's done it again. Tom McCarthy, who your busy season gets started here because you're obviously back with NFL on CBS. Are you calling? I don't know. Did you get a game week 1? What's your first game you're doing?
I'm doing Jacksonville and Cleveland. I'm on the Cleveland bandwagon for the first couple weeks of the season. So, we'll decide. We'll see who their starting quarterback is going to be. So, yeah, I seem to do a lot of Browns games and a lot of Jags games.
Okay.
Jags were good last year. Listen, Cleveland, if nothing else, is very interesting with their quarterback situation.
Yeah, very interesting with the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. It's funny. I did their preseason games for a couple of years, and it was when Deshaun came over, and it's always a topic. It's shocking to me that there's still, that there's still it's still part of the conversation. Yeah. But for years, it's just always a conversation.
T-Mac, always appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, man.
Thanks, Tom.
There's Tom McCarthy. Yeah, I could see like the old – I felt like Dick Stockton did every Eagles game for a while, and then it was Kenny Albert, Kenny Moose and Goose were doing every Eagle NFC East game for a while. Almost everyone.
Well, once you're once you're top billing team, you start getting the top billing play-by-play. I think Tom is really freaking good at football. And college basketball.
Tournament time with Tom. What was the game that he had? I had him on. He actually laughed because I said, whoever his partner was, I said, didn't go to the Chris Wheeler School of Broadcasting. And he laughed because the guy stepped all over him when he was doing it.
Yeah, I forget what games it was, but he's really good at college basketball.
Dude, he's one of the guys who could do hockey if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
T-Mac's the best. All right, coming up. A new game that is sweeping the nation, hosted by Austin Jones. Is the Jersey Shore Price is Right? All right. Is that what it is, Austin?
Yes, it is. Could it be right or could it be wrong? It would be between you and Andrew.
All right, that's coming up next. It is Marks Salciunas.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update, and the Phillies have won 2 series in a row and 5 games in a row overall after defeating the Miami Marlins last night 6-4. Alec Boehm and Bryson Stott were able to drive home some runs. We just had Tom McCarthy on from the Philadelphia Phillies, who does all their TV games, and he spoke about how this is a moment in time where the Phillies need to take care of business.
The door is open for all of these teams to get to the postseason, but I think we're seeing you have to feast on the teams that you should, and that's what the Phillies have done against the Twins and against the Marlins in these first 2 games.
Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound today for the Titans as they go against the Marlins once more against Sandy Alcantara, with first pitch being at 6:05. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices with A.J. Brown and the New England Patriots. They'll have 2 days of joint practices before they're set to play against the Pats on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And the Union are back in action as they play Inter Miami tonight down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the match right here on 97.5 The Fanatic starting at 7:30. I'm Austin Jones, your home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Marks Salciunas, John Marks, Andrew Salciunas. Got a new game that we're going to try out here. So 9 o'clock is when, as we start the new show, I think it's a good time where we can try some different stuff. What did we do yesterday at 9?
AI or not.
AI or not, which was excellent.
Oh, thank you.
I had people talking to me at cheerleading practice.
Oh,
last
no
night.
way, really?
Yeah.
My wife, who doesn't listen to the show, I told her about it, and she goes, I wish I knew about that because I would have actually listened.
What do you mean she doesn't listen to the show?
She doesn't listen to the show.
That hurts.
No, it doesn't. I'm fine. She doesn't.
We need all the listeners we can get.
If she doesn't have a commute, then it's fine.
But she does have a commute once school starts. She works at a school.
Does she pop it on during the commute?
No.
Does she not really get it and just doesn't?
Yeah, she doesn't know sports.
Right.
I married somebody that does not care remotely about sports.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's a good call because I think my wife, as far as what I do, she knows, like, she doesn't know sports. She knows sports. So she's not paying attention to, what's going on. But she's a sports fan. So she likes to watch the Eagles. She likes to watch the Phillies. She also doesn't have to watch an Eagles game.
Right.
She also she doesn't watch Phillies games. But she knows she was an athlete. She played sports growing up. Because the last person I would want to marry would be somebody that has takes and is wanting to give me takes when I get home.
The last time she gave a take about sports, like a real take, not like, oh, why is he wearing that arm guard? She said that Ben Simmons will fail in Philadelphia. And I said, you're crazy. You don't even know sports. Shut up.
Why did she say that, though?
She thought that he was too cool for school. She didn't like his attitude.
It is what it is.
And that's a literally perfect drop to hit at that time. She thought he had a bad attitude. And she thought that if she could shoot a jump shot better than an NBA player, they should not be in the league. Now, she can't shoot better than Ben Simmons. Trust me, I've seen it.
But it's women's intuition.
Yes, she was right.
She was right. She realized that all those things, the intangibles of, she was right.
Yeah, because I fought tooth and nail for Ben. I was like, look, just because he can't shoot doesn't mean he's not great at everything else. But no, she was right, man. She should be working here.
She should.
And there's probably people that would agree.
Yeah.
So do you want to be the school nurse instead?
No. Trust me.
No.
I do not.
All right.
No.
There you go. All right, so we're going to play the Jersey Shore Price is Right. Now, Austin, tell us exactly what we're dealing with here.
All righty. So it is now 20 years later from the summer of 2006 where you guys were young and in charge and having as much fun as you could. Well, maybe Johnny Marks because Johnny Marks is the man. But we're going to take a look and we're going to compare the prices of family things down the shore compared to what they are today in 2026.
And by the way, 20 years ago, it's amazing because of, you and I aren't that close in age, but we both have like kids right now. But 20 years ago, you were probably, owning the Jersey Shore. 20 years ago.
I was working in radio. I wasn't even down the Jersey Shore. No, I wasn't. No, I probably didn't go to the shore.
20 years ago, I was on the dime of my parents. I was 12.
Right.
Like,
the ice cream you could get.
Yeah, what do you want? Can we play mini golf today?
I worked here. I didn't start going back down the shore until I probably got a family, or at least I met my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, you're going to give us the price of something today, and then you're going to give us an item up for bid.
Yep, we have 5 items on the list.
Okay, so you're going to give the price of today. Andrew and I have to guess what the price was in 2006.
You are correct.
I like that you brought the whiteboards out.
Is it
this
first?
Is nice.
Is it first? Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, I have the whiteboards. Is it the closest without going over wins?
Yeah, closest without going over wins.
Okay. All right. Right up my alley.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go. Hit us some music.
All righty, gentlemen. Going down to a local establishment down the Jersey Shore, but they're now called Manco and Manco's.
Yes.
In,
20 years ago, it was Mac and Manco.
Yeah,
right.
Separation there. All righty, guys. In 2026, a plain pie costs $25.75.
That's so.
I wish you would have asked me that because I was just down there, and I paid multiple times for the $25.
That's so stupid.
All right.
So we have the plain pie, which is $25.75. And the one topping pie is $34.75.
What?
How much was the price back in 2006?
For both?
For both. So give me 1 and 1.
So for a plain and a
one topping.
One topping. All right. Interesting. All right.
I have.
So we're going to write it down. All right. I'm done. I put 10 for plain and 12 for topping.
I went $15.50 for plain, $18.50 for topping.
So, Andrew, you are right in regards to the one topping because it was $16, and the one topping was $17.15.
So we're split.
No, you went over on both, right?
No, I had $15.50 for the plain.
He went just under for the plain. The plain was $16.
Plain was 16, and the topping was
$17.50.
All right.
So we split. It's 1-1.
That's not much of a difference in price, right?
I'm looking. Well, you're
20
looking
years.
No, it's $10.
But how you give it though? Like you said, you have kids, right? So, you could probably get a couple of pies back in the day, and now you're like, yeah, we're gonna make this one pie work.
Yeah, dude. Like
I wish I did that.
I saw a guy. My parents live in Brigantine, so I don't go to Manco in Ocean City anymore. But I went a couple of years ago, and I saw a guy with 4 pies walking out of there, and I was like, dude, that guy just spent $100.
Yeah, but if you we ordered. Unfortunately, I DoorDashed it, and it came from the Summers Point one, and it wasn't the same. It wasn't hot. Manco and Manco's is good when you're on the boardwalk and you go order it, and it comes out and it's extremely hot.
And you burn your mouth.
Oh yeah.
If you get it delivered and it was made 20 minutes, it's not good.
Yeah.
Right.
Only certain food can handle the travel charge, I guess, that you're going to get for doing DoorDash.
And that's not Manco and Manco.
No.
All right, 1-1. Give us the next item.
All right, second up is Coors Bros Ice Cream. This is for a large cup of ice cream in 2006. In 2026, it costs $7.
All right, $7 for an ice cream.
Now, mind you, just spinning off of that, Maddie and I went down to Ocean City and we made the pit stop at Ben & Jerry's.
Ben & Jerry's?
She spent $28.
Oh my!
Why would
on
you go
2
to
large cones.
Why'd you go to Ben & Jerry's?
Listen,
you can go to Ben & Jerry's.
That's where she wanted to go. I enjoyed my caramel blondie. Okay.
All right. I'm just saying, Coors Brothers on the boardwalk. There's nothing better. I probably ate at Coors Brothers every day when I was down.
Yeah, you can get multiple different flavors. You can do the twist.
They have but they have all these different flavors now. They have mint. They have peanut butter.
Peanut butter's great.
It's not just the regular vanilla chocolate.
Yeah, but I used to mix the peanut butter and vanilla.
It's good.
I was a large boy back in the day.
All right, what do you got?
I got $4.25.
I said $4.
Andrew is closer. Oh, sorry. I apologize. You're both over.
Oh, we're both over.
$3.50?
$3.
Oh my God, $3 is a deal.
That's actually crazy. $7 for an ice cream cone's stupid.
And by the way, when anybody says that there's sprinkles and not Jimmy's, go to Coors Brothers. Jimmy's. Says it right on the menu.
Oh, how about that?
Sprinkles.
Well, it's rainbow sprinkles, chocolate Jimmy's is my.
That's how I say it too.
All right.
Yep.
Alrighty. Up next, beach tags. Now we have 2 different types. We have the weekend daily beach tags, and then we also have the seasonal pass. In 2026, the weekend daily beach tags costs $10. In 2026, the season pass costs $35. In 2006, how much did each tag cost?
$35 for a season today?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, that's actually
$35.
And you might as well, if you go down like 4 times, you might as well just pay for the whole season.
So do they do that because you say it just makes more sense? If it's $5 more, then why not just get the season? All right, so week in 2006, season in 2006.
Weekend. So Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, Saturday, Sunday, weekend in 2006. I'm going to go that, and I'm going to go that. All right, Andrew?
I have $5 for the weekend.
I put 10, and I put 25.
I put 26
for the season.
26.50.
What we got?
Weekend. Andrew, you're on the money for the weekend daily beach tag. It is $5.
All right.
And the seasonal pass was $18.
Oh, so I was closer.
We both went over, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All
And I was closer.
But I got one.
You got one, so you're up 2-1.
All right.
Alrighty, going now to the hotel stays, gentlemen. This is for, again, 2-night weekends. So thinking you're going down Friday night, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, however you want to plan your vacation trips. How much per night is it in 2006? Because in 2026, you're looking about $600.
So $600 for Friday. We'll say Friday and Saturday, because I don't think Sunday would be considered the weekend stay. It's Sunday night.
So $600 for the 2 nights.
Yes.
Okay.
2 nights, $600 in 2026.
Kind of hurts. as someone that wants to try to plan down a weekend stay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put, hang on a second.
We're doing for 2 nights here?
Yes, sir.
2 nights. All right, I got mine. I put $250.
I put $360.
John wins.
I tie it up 2-2. How much?
$300.
Okay. There we
I'm not
go.
good at Price is Right. I should have listened. I worked with John Kincaid for 2.5 years. I should have listened.
You should have known. How many more items up for bid?
This is the last one.
Oh,
we're tied.
All righty, and this is something that is pretty much going to be in your future. Amusement park rides. This is for 60 tickets. Okay, so you go up to the little window and you buy however many X tickets. This is for 60 tickets down in Ocean City. In 2026, 60 tickets cost $50.
Yep.
How much did 60 tickets cost back in 2006?
Wow. All right.
20 years ago. 60. It's 50 now.
You get
50
60
now.
tickets for $50. Because you get the bonus tickets for spending 50. All right, do you have your answer, Salciunas?
$29.99.
I put $20.
Johnny Marks is your winner.
Oh! Yeah, you can't go over. What was the price?
25.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
There you go. Thank you very much. The Jersey Shore Price is Right. Thank you. Thank you.
It is so expensive. It's a shame because it's such a staple around here, going down the Jersey Shore for a weekend. Or how many times have you heard, oh, we're doing our week down the Jersey Shore, same week every single year?
We don't do the same week, but we go down for a week every year.
We always did the last week of August because it was usually cheaper, and that's when we would go down. A lot of kids were going back to school already. And you got to take out a loan nowadays to do that kind of stuff.
It is expensive. We go down with my sister-in-law. She has, and her husband, and she has 3 young kids, 3 under 5, all girls.
Yeah.
And then my brother-in-law and his fiance come in from Vegas, and their son's is 10, same age, almost the same age as my Gianna, my oldest. And then her parents go as well. So we have to get a big beach house. And when you go from needing a 3-bedroom to a 5 or a 6-bedroom, the inventory goes down. And you're talking about real money. Now, you're also dividing it between 4 families, so it's not too bad. But once you get down there, like with the amusement park tickets, it's not how much the tickets are. It's how many tickets you need for a ride. So when you have younger kids, not only do they need to go on the ride, typically you need to go on the ride as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, there's some rides I don't mind if they go on by themselves. There's other rides where it's like, no, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go by yourself.
No, that's where they get you. It's because you're like, oh, I got 100 tickets. We're good. And the next thing you know, it's like, well, this ride costs 7 tickets. This ride costs 15 tickets.
Yeah, you know what? That's the biggest.
And the go-karts don't count.
So there's an arcade in Brigantine. All right, it's very, very small. I've never been to it my entire life up until like a month ago. I took Coop. I was like, all right, buddy, you're going to have your first arcade experience. And it was great, right? But there's games where it's like, this one costs 6 tokens to play. And I'm doing the math. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like $4 to play a game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what are we doing here?
So you know what I do? Because I just looked it up. So for $150, you get 210 tickets. And this is, since you brought up Ocean City, it's Playland. Because Wonderland closed.
Yes.
And Wonderland used to always say, and they give you the card. They don't give you the individual tickets. At the end, you got an actual card. So you're not folding the tickets
like
and
Dave
handing
the
them
Buster's
tickets.
type of deal.
Right. Like at Playland. You actually have to, they give you sheets of tickets. And when you buy 210 tickets, that's a lot of tickets. Now, it also means you can split them up and you don't need just one card.
Yeah, you don't want to get jumped for your tickets.
But then you drop them and things like that. So Wonderland, I would always just buy the largest amount because they didn't expire. And I am the person that puts them in my gift certificate drawer and brings them the next year.
Oh, you're smart.
So I have like the one arcade down there, Jilly's.
Yeah.
I have like $70 on a Jilly's arcade card because I bought it. I'm like, whatever, I'll just bring it next year. Wonderland closed, and I had like $90 on a gift card.
You need a rebate.
Yeah, ain't no rebate. that Ferris wheel's still up at Wonderland. They're just not open. Yeah, I think I spent $300 on tickets.
Do you, when you vacation down the Jersey Shore, are you a nightly go out to eat family? Because my mom was really good at that. We would cook at the house most of the time.
One
That's
dinner,
when we start adding all the money.
We went to, because Ocean City doesn't have great dining as far as, I'm not even talking about fancy dining, just a lot of places to go for a large family.
Yeah.
They have the place right outside of Ocean City. It's the
Crab Trap.
The Crab Trap.
Yep, that was a once a week.
We did that the food's just not very good. So we were doing that. So this year we went to Atlantic City. And we went, I went to Morton's in Atlantic City.
Okay.
We were trying to go to the new place at the Borgata, but we just couldn't get that large. We had 15 people.
Oh, you could have gone over the bridge to Brigantine. You could have eaten at Cafe del Salciunas.
See, next time.
But knock on my parents' door and say, we're here.
We tried to get the place in Atlantic City that's underground that you can only make reservations, and you have to do it months in advance, and they don't call you back even if you try to make months in advance. We tried to go the last couple of years. We have too many people. They don't even call us back.
Right, exactly.
But do you know about this place, Austin?
No, I don't actually.
It's literally like an underground. It's almost like a
speakeasy.
It's almost like a prohibition style speakeasy, but it's an Italian restaurant that apparently, like my buddy Dave Schaller that works for the
I know
76ers.
Dave.
I saw him put on his Instagram he had dinner there maybe like a month or so
Chef
ago.
Vola's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently it's the best Italian food you're ever going to get. It's just very difficult to get a reservation. You can only call and leave a message on I believe it's like an old style answering machine with a tape.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I've left multiple messages over the years, and I've never gotten a return call.
I almost want to call and see if I get a call back.
Yeah, what's more
just
likely?
To spite you.
A reservation for this restaurant or getting season tickets for the Eagles?
A reservation for this restaurant.
Okay. So it's not that bad. Like, they'll eventually might get back to you.
Here's what I would need to do. Probably call in, like, May and say, hey, I'm coming down the week of July, blah, 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 blah. Could I get – honestly, I think it's more about the 15 people than anything. Because I didn't call the week of or even the week before. I called early. I probably called like 3 weeks before. And I got no – they don't even call back and say sorry. You nothing. You get nothing.
One day you'll get a call back, and you're going to be jumping for joy.
I will drive down there with 15 people. I'll find 15 people to go down there.
No split checks.
Get the
no split checks.
What's the bus in Brigantine that they have in Atlantic City?
The Jitney?
The Jitney, yeah.
The Jitney.
You can rent the Jitney.
Yeah, get the Jitney, and that's how you get your party of 15 down there.
You can do that. All right, there you go. Good job, Austin. Appreciate it. I am the king of the shore. Absolutely. Oh, we're on the boardwalk all the time. Not every night, but we do 2 ride nights.
Yeah.
My kids want to do 6 ride nights, which it's fight to not do 6 ride nights.
Yeah.
We pretty much go up and get ice cream every night.
We were a 2 times a day mini golf family because what we did every morning was ride the bikes from one end of the boardwalk to the other, and then you stop at one of the miniature golf places on the way back to the house. And then it was the nighttime boardwalk walk, and we played miniature golf.
Goofy golf?
Goofy golf. The Pirates Cove. I really like the King Kong one.
It's a good one.
Where there's 3 different courses. That's one of the best ones.
You know what? We did not play mini golf this year.
That's sad.
Typically, that's on a day where the weather's not nice. We get such good beach weather, and then we had other things that we were also doing. Yeah, we didn't do the mini golf this year.
Well, that's devastating because I'm a big mini golf guy.
It's painful with a bunch of young children.
Oh, it's horrible with Coop. He's picking it up constantly. You should turn around.
What do we got? Who is it?
It's Sean Brace.
What does he have? Come in, Sean.
He's got the club. He's got the Club Hurts poster.
So, Sean, I saw it by your desk.
Are you ready?
Sit down. Sit down.
That looks like my college dorm room.
I saw it by your desk this morning, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh God, we're doing Club Hurt stuff.
Are you ready? It's time to win a practice, boys.
Did you do that yourself?
We got one thing on our minds. It's to go up there and beat A.J. Brown and the New England Patriots today, boys.
By the way, let me tell you this. You're so off on the comfortable thing with the Eagles fans.
No.
You know why? Because when you're the elite franchise in the NFL, you're allowed to be comfortable till you lose a game, and then you can freak out. And that's what Eagle fans are doing. It's not because everybody thinks this is the best team and the most complete team. We're not going to freak out because this team has earned us not freaking out.
Then I'm not used to it, and I'm freaking out then. And I'm fine to look in the mirror and say it's maybe me, but it was frustrating where I gave you a -1. -1 on the hot take meter, according to Connor Thomas yesterday. And the people that were coming out, how dare you question anything? Oh, come on. We got
No. Not how dare you question things, because I'm a little bit concerned about the wide receiver room too. And by the way, Sean, the offensive line doesn't have to be healthy this year. These are all things that we can talk about, and I know that your frustration is the people that are angry at you over social media when you say something. That's all that it is.
No.
Because the angry mob.
No.
You know why? Because the angry mob will be agreeing with you in a month.
I would normally agree with you on that, but it had everything to do with Luke Arcaney in my chat, who was like, dude, relax. And I'm like, really? This is coming from everybody. And then a couple other people were piling on me in the chat. And these are friends. So I trust them, not some people that are anonymous on Instagram. I get it.
You know what it is? I think maybe with me, not that they can't win the Super Bowl, but are the Super Bowl aspirations like this is the year they win the Super Bowl? Or is there,
Dude, there's questions about everybody.
Yeah, there is.
And that's why I had a plea today. For everybody. And honestly, you're important. I need to look you in the eyes and say it. And it's bad for us because we do this for a living. Over the next 25 days, ignore the Eagles.
No.
25 days from now, you can start talking about the Eagles.
Hell
The Eagles play the Commanders in 25 days. We are going nuts, dude. We are breaking down Jalen Hurts' quarterback cam, his POV.
You wait till he struggles today.
I watch POV somewhere else, not with the Eagles.
We got the Diana Rossini Bowl going on up there, all right? Her husband's favorite team versus Vrabel. Time to get uncomfortable, boys. You don't want me to talk about the Eagles for 25 days. What is going on?
You're gonna lose your mind. That's why not all of our questions won't be answered until the season starts.
Hey, look, they said it. Jalen said it. Sirianni said it. This is an awesome opportunity against unique and great competition. This team went to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
If I can't look at these practices today and have a little something more, again, they also tell you that these mixed practices mean more than the preseason games. I would agree with that.
You know what's the funny thing? The Eagles are the best team they faced in 2 years.
You're probably right.
Because their schedule sucked so much last year.
It feels weird
We
over
all
here.
fertilize.
Like I'm normally over there and I'm over here.
Man, Sean's here at
I
all
love
hours
it.
of the day.
It's a clear view of the studio, which I didn't have before. All right, get out of here. Coming up, Brace and Dunne at 10 o'clock. Coming up next, Doc Rivers chimes in on the 76ers.
Oh, he did.
When do you hear this? He knows more basketball than anybody you've ever talked to in your life, and we'll play it coming up next. It is Marks and Salciunas. Don't go anywhere.
All right, let's talk about the prediction markets, all right? Before the season ever even kicks off, we're always making predictions. Look, I just told Sean to ignore them for the next 25 days. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in live markets. So you can bet the Birds and how many games they win in the regular season. You can bet whether or not they win the whole thing. I found two other ones that I am interested in. One of them is the NFL's best regular season record. The team right now with the best chance in terms of predictability is the team in LA, right? Not the Chargers, the other one, 14%. But the Birds are selling at 4% right now, which means a $100 trade could win you over $2,300. But there's another one for you Club Hertz members. I need Sean Brace to say with his chest, 3% chance for Jalen to win league MVP. 3% chance. That means a $100 trade-in would buy you over $3,000, more so than the Birds having the best record in football. How about that? On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Just trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use code Fanatic to get $10 when you trade $10. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. You got to be 18 plus. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back-to-back series wins. I'm Austin Jones with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies have now won 2 series in a row in 5 consecutive games. It wasn't easy last night, but the offense woke up in the 6th inning, scoring 4 runs. They were led by the charge of Alec Bowman, Bryson Stott. Earlier today, Phillies play-by-play announcer Tom McCarthy stopped by, and he's made a point in knowing that this is the time that the Phillies need to keep it up.
The door is open for all of these teams to get to the postseason, but I think we're seeing you have to feast on the teams that you should, and that's what the Phillies have done against the Twins, and against the Marlins in these first two games.
Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound tonight against the Marlins as he's going to go up against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch is going to be set for 6:05 p.m. The Eagles are in Foxborough to kick off their joint practices with A.J. Brown and the Patriots. They'll have 2 days of joint practice before they're going to play on Saturday at 7 o'clock. The Union are back in action tonight as well as they're going to play Inter Miami down at Subaru Park. You can listen to the live match right here on 97.5 The Fanatic starting at 7:30 p.m. I'm Austin Jones, your home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Baxter.com.
Whether you like it or not.
All right, Doc Rivers coming up in a second. Let's update our poll of the day, which is it's involving Bill Colarulo. Bill Colarulo, and the Twitter poll's always up, thanks to Dr. Abaddon Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. So Bill yesterday was asking, is it a violation that he can't hang his own TV? I say no, but then we asked, has he ever changed the tire?
I doubt that he can.
Can he change the tire?
I doubt that he can. I voted no.
I voted no as well.
On the poll. I know that he's commented and said it's he can, but I kind of want to see it happen first.
All right, what are the results there, Austin?
Alrighty, on 97.5, the Fanatic Twitter page, do you believe Unfiltered hosts at Bill Colarulo can change a tire? Leading the way at no, 74.7%, and at yes, 25.3%.
I agree.
Hey, at least we tagged them in the tweet, too. Like, we're letting you know we're here and we're making fun of you at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Who could we compete against Bill in changing a tire? It's one thing if he sat there for 2 hours, maybe he could do it. Like I had said, the first time on the side of our road when I was 18, I had to change a tire in the rain. I might have taken me a lot longer than 5 years later or 10 years later.
Like you want someone that's competitive enough that we know can do it, or someone that's probably on the same type of challenge.
The guy that he does a show with.
Ricky Bo, Ricky Bo would school him.
And he would make fun of him the whole time too, which that's half the bit is Ricky making fun of him.
He would taunt him.
It was great radio yesterday when they were talking about it because Ricky was just making fun of him the entire time.
So hold on a second. Ricky's claiming he could mount and hang a TV?
No, he would just pay someone. He was making fun of him more so for having the father-in-law come out and do it.
Oh, I mean,
that's probably free.
Yeah, it's free. Even though not probably, it is. And if he can do it, by all means, like I had said before, my dad used to do all these things, but now that he's a little bit older, I'm not going to ask him to come over and do stuff. I have money. I have a contractor that can do the stuff I need.
You've got money.
You can go, well, I got money to pay for stuff. I'd rather not. I don't have that. I don't believe me, I don't have money. Sean Brace goes on that. Like there's an app out there where you can actually find somebody that does this stuff and they're reasonably priced.
Oh, that's nice.
Which Thumbtack, I think, is one of the apps that I've used before, or Jackrabbit or something like that.
I just try to figure out myself.
Yeah, well, you're more handy than I am.
I was cutting down trees this spring. I was like
cutting down trees with what?
I was a lumberjack.
Just a saw.
How big of a tree?
They were like tall pines.
You were cutting down tall pine trees?
Yeah, they were. The snowstorms bent them over. I had to fix two to make them back together again.
But then what do you do with it?
They were split. You bring them to your street, and then the township picks them up.
Yeah, my township doesn't pick up anything.
My township they do once a month. They pick up all the leaves and stuff that you
really?
throw out there. Yeah, so I had like full.
So you did it during leaf season.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Doc Rivers, I don't even know where he was, but he was speaking to the media.
He had a Hall of Fame banner behind him, so maybe there was some sort of.
So that's why it says
he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I guess it was his little speech, and they asked him about the 76ers.
So it's like a media availability. And do you have the question in it, or is it just start with his answer?
It's just Doc.
All right, here's Doc Rivers. He's being asked about the Sixers.
You just don't know. I think it will. I think, the one thing if I've learned anything about winning is that if your whole group is not ready to win, I mean, every single guy.
So hang on a second. You cut off the beginning of it where he goes, oh, I know something about that team. I think that's at the beginning.
He did say that. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You're not winning. It's just not going to happen. You saw it this year with the Knicks, game 2 or 3, and all of a sudden in the Atlanta series, they changed. They start giving themselves up. Scoring wasn't an issue of who had the ball, and all that stuff has to come together. Winning's hard. So there's a lot of teams on paper, but that's going to be the key for them. I think Nick's great at doing that. He did that in Toronto, but every group's different, and you just don't know.
Yeah, he knows. Winning's hard. Nobody knows that better than Doc, especially when you're up in a series.
Hey, when you're up 3-1.
Winning's really, really hard.
Good old
Doc. I don't know.
Is there a Doc soundboard? I'm not comfortable with where all the Doc drops are.
This one.
Whether you like it or not.
That's a good one.
Austin's got that one. Go ahead, Austin.
You don't know basketball.
You don't know
That's
basketball.
A good one.
That was a good one. I don't know would be a great Doc Rivers drop. Remember when he was asked if Ben Simmons could ever win a championship as a point guard, and he said, I don't know. That's what started
the whole
started everything. when Ben disappeared.
It was also right after they lost to the Hawks when he didn't dunk it.
Yeah, it was the
and
pass dunk.
and he clearly was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe we just blew that to the Hawks." And he was asked. It was a tough time to be asked it. You still can't say I don't know if he can win. By the way, like asking him that question at that moment, like, wow, what a loaded question to ask him.
Yeah.
You want him to say yes, yeah, sure. The guy that can't shoot a free throw and gave up a dunk. You're asking me if you can win a championship with him as a point guard.
I understand that the Basketball Hall of Fame, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's
Right.
the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's just like, I feel like, I don't, like Doc Rivers' coaching career, I know that he won with the Boston Celtics. Yeah, he had
Long time ago.
He had one of the greatest teams ever with Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Rajon Rondo. He wasn't a good coach.
Also a long-time player, albeit wasn't a great player, but
he's
had a long
long-time
career.
player. Yeah.
And it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Look who's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not like pro football or baseball.
No, I get like Arvydas Sabonis is in the basketball basketball Hall of Fame, and that's more so because of what he did internationally. Like I get it, but I look at Doc Rivers, and maybe it's just because we're too close to the situation because of how bad it got here, but like just the way he's so smug.
There's not a bigger fan of Doc Rivers than Doc Rivers.
Like it bothers me, man.
Oh, don't tell him that he's not a great coach. He said that when people rip him for coming back from losing up 3-1, what they don't realize is that they had to get the 3 games. So he should be given credit because look at all those series they actually won 3 games.
Yeah.
Forget about the fact that then they lost 3 straight games. Just to win 3 games in a series in itself is an important feat.
By the way, he actually said that.
And he believes it.
Like he has said that publicly. Like, you have to be up 3-1 just to lose it. Like, are you kidding me? And he says it seriously.
Oh, no, he's serious.
Like, if this was a retirement lunch and he's had a couple of cocktails, he's like, yeah, no, you have to be up 3-1 to blow the series lead. Okay, nice little joke. No, he's serious about it.
Him and Kenny Atkinson must be boys.
Analytically, we won that series.
Unbelievable. All right. Coming up, everything that we didn't get to, what we missed on the show is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. about the Ray stayed for the concert last night, the Flow Rida concert, and he stayed the entire time, and he was so jacked up he went to Stateside Live afterwards.
Of course he did.
So he was saying it's great, but I don't know if I can can you really take Ray seriously? If he was drunk, then maybe he would have, the concert wasn't as good as he was saying. So as I continued to walk down the hall during the break, our market president, Paul Blake, was there with his family last night.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, you stayed for the concert? He's like, hell yeah, I stayed for the concert.
That's why they went to the game.
And I said, he goes, it was great. He played for an hour and 15 minutes. There's Paul Blake right there.
An hour and 15 minutes of Flow Rida?
He was doing Pitbull covers.
Oh my God!
That's how you get the people keep going, man.
And Paul wasn't even playing into the bit. He was saying no, it was great. And like I said, you know what it is? He's not pretending like that he's this great. Oh, I'm not going to play my hits because I have my new album coming out.
Right.
Man, he is getting paid to be out there to sing Apple Bottom Jeans, Boots with the Fur.
Yeah,
he's enjoying it.
I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I went to the Blink 182 concert last year. Very strange.
Where was it?
It was at the Wells Fargo Center, now Xfinity Mobile Arena. They played their hits, but they did like an hour-long block of all their new stuff. And everybody that was there knew nothing. And you're just kind of sitting there. And everyone went to the bathroom because, nobody wanted to hear Blink 182 from 2025.
Right.
They wanted to hear the early 2000s stuff that made them famous.
Yeah, that's why you were there.
Yeah, and it was also weird. They were making a lot of jokes that if they were in their 20s still, it was like, that's funny. But now they're older and there was kids around, and it's like, guys, you might need to stop.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of Johnson jokes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like in between songs, it was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And there were a lot of 16-year-olds.
But yet it's 25 years later.
Hell yeah. Right. Yo, guys.
But anyway,
play the hits.
You're probably going to get a lot of Flow Rida talk today on the midday show.
I would take Ray's word on that because he went to see Flow Rida. If he told me another artist and then Ray just blatantly is drunk going over to stage, I'm like, I don't believe you. But Flow Rida, I'm like, yeah, I believe him.
It's not that I'm saying that but Ray typically Ray enjoys himself. So
yes, he does.
He's not like a critic. So Ray could probably watch a concert and be like, yeah, it was really good. Now, he was raving about it, but
he's got 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, but Paul Blake saying, literally raving, saying it was great. The concert was great. So I take Ray. So Ray enjoyed it. So I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of Flow Rida.
Flow Rida and Pitbull gets the middle-aged white man going.
Ray, you can walk in here. It's fine.
You're talking about Sean Brace?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean.
Exactly.
Also, so Ray said he was so jacked up he even went to Stateside Live afterwards, which he probably would have done without a Pitbull.
Do they have a bar stool in your honor yet there? Like, this is Ray's bar stool?
No, it's getting close, though. It's getting close. I have one piece of criticism because there was one part of it that I was a little, it was an amazing concert. What stopped being A+, he went low early and then closed with the new song. And it was like, all right.
Oh, he did.
I'm fine with hearing low early because that's the hit. But I feel like you got to circle back. I want, Apple Bottom Jeans one more time.
Yeah.
You can't finish with a new one that no one knows.
Yeah, the encore's always got to be the strongest.
Right. It's like, did I know that Vacation was his new song? Maybe. Was I maybe one of a dozen people there that knew Vacation was his new song? Probably.
Did you really know it?
I did. I was doing some Flow Rida research over the last couple of days because I was like, wouldn't it be great if we got Flow Rida on the air? I was jacked to go to that. I didn't buy the ticket specifically for the concert. I found out about the concert after I bought the tickets.
Because your game ticket is also your concert.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed I didn't throw the extra $40 to be out there on the field. He saw some Flow Rida money into the crowd.
Oh,
he's got ladies up there on stage with him.
He's kissing babies and
Baby
holding
was
them
asleep. How do you sleep through that?
Well, how does anybody think it's good for a baby's eardrums to be at a loud concert at 11 o'clock at night?
Fair.
Yeah.
I know you'd have to be a pretty big Flow Rida fan to justify that.
I was going to say, maybe they want their kid to be the next Flow Rider, so they want to get them accustomed to the music.
Could be.
The Philly Captain's a big Flow Rider
Oh,
fan.
yeah, we didn't even play that.
Yeah.
It was big for the kids, though. There were a lot of kids that stuck around, and it's good for me to know that there's another generation of Flow Rida fans.
Flow Rida fans.
How about
now,
that?
if you don't know, Flow Rida, if you combine the Flow and the Rida, is Florida.
No way, really?
Yes.
Oh, I never knew
Because when
that.
you search for it on Twitter, a lot of people don't realize they need to separate the name, or it just says Florida.
I'll give you $1 billion if you know his real name. William. Nope.
Alfonso.
No. Tremar Lascelle Dillard. Maybe he's related. Maybe he's related to Andre.
Could
Andre
be
Dillard.
Could be cousins. You never know.
How old is he? He is
40-something. Yeah.
46.
I was going to say, almost 50.
Still in his prime. We got another couple good albums coming.
Yeah, you'll see him in a ballpark near you in the coming years.
Send him to BB&C, please.
All right, there he is. Ray's coming up here with Sean at 10 o'clock. All right, so what else from last? What else do you have there, Salciunas? What did we miss?
We have a lot of cocaine stories going on right now. Cocaine is hot in the streets again. All right, we know that we have the scandal going on in Penn State. Do you know what the ringleader's nickname was?
Big Puma.
No. It's even better. The kid, former member of Sigma whatever, his nickname around campus was Pablo Pledgescobar.
Oh my God. That is incredible.
That's the greatest nickname ever.
And if you saw the kid, he's got to be a badass because he looks like the biggest nerd.
Yeah, he does.
And the fact that he was a major cocaine supplier and he used to go to New York to purchase it. Now, he's got a last name that ends with an O. So maybe there were some family connections that enabled him to
Agostino Abatiello was his name. But, of course, known around campus as Pablo Pledgescobar.
That's
it's
incredible.
Just great. But the other cocaine story, Nick Kyrgios, the tennis player, he's kind of like the modern day, what was his name again? I forget.
John McEnroe.
Modern day John McEnroe. He tested positive for cocaine before the most recent tournament, so he's banned. And he goes on social media, and he announced it.
He got ahead of the story?
And he said, I just want you guys to hear from me. I made a mistake. That's not a mistake, bro.
No.
Like, I'm sorry. You weren't walking down the street and you fell and you went, oh.
You slipped on a banana peel and ended up with coke in your nose.
Whoops. My bad.
No, the mistake was getting caught doing it. It was testing positive.
Come on, man.
That was the mistake. He didn't mean to get caught. He didn't mean to test positive. He just meant to do it.
I made a mistake. Oh, I thought that was flour. I just wanted to. Whoops.
He was just trying to get amped up before his big match.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm sure he was trying to do something.
The other thing we mentioned, we had breaking news on the show earlier today.
I know. Pat McAfee to Monday Night Countdown.
Adam Schefter breaking it here on the show this morning. But there is more ESPN news. Jason Kelce, because we can't get enough of Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce is now going to be in the booth for a couple games this year for the international games that are still on NFL Network, but they're partnered with ESPN now. So Dave Pasch is replacing Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen announced last month that he's done doing play-by-play. Kurt Warner, who I think does a great job, he's still on the call. 3-man booth. Pasch, Warner, and Jason Kelce, including the Eagles-Jaguars game in London.
Interesting. I would like to hear Kelce. I guess they do a 3-man booth because they don't want to just have him and a play-by-play guy.
What if he stinks?
Right. And at least with the third, Warner's very polished. I agree with you. I love Kurt Warner. I think he's great. And he's professional enough to where he'll be able to let Jason do what Jason does. I don't want Jason being the gimmick. I want Jason doing real football analysis.
And he'll be good at it.
Too much of the stuff he does right now is for entertainment, which is fine. He's making a lot of money. He's very successful. He's also, like you said, he's a brilliant football mind.
Yes.
And I want his analysis. I want to hear what he has to say during games. So I'm actually excited. I'm really excited to hear what he sounds like during the game.
He's better at the football segments of Monday Night Countdown than everything else, because then they start doing the gimmick stuff, as you mentioned. Like he should have been in the Masters. What are we doing?
It's entertainment. Like part of the when you're on Get Up, you're not doing straight sports for 2 hours. You bring people on because you have to have entertaining segments if you're going to be successful and you're going to remain on the air. So I get it with Kelce. To your point, I have no interest in Kelce at the Masters. I have no interest in Kelce doing any of that other stuff. I like Jason Kelce a lot. I think he's entertaining, smart, and everything else, but I don't really need that. Tim McManus is reporting that there's Eagles chants breaking out at the joint practice.
So I looked at the photo. There's a lot of Eagles fans that made the trip up.
We are psychotic, I would tell you.
Yes.
Psychotic.
It's an open practice?
Yeah. I mean, they're like bleachers are filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of bleachers, but like 3 or 4 sections of them.
You can't. They don't have that in Philadelphia. The
no
practices are closed. They bring people in, but they're not. That's not an open practice to the fans.
Tim had a video of an hour ago, Eagles fans lining up outside of the gates an hour before the practice just to get inside.
Stop
it. Get some help.
No, I love it because A.J. Brown's going to hear it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
He'll get booed today.
Lots to talk about tomorrow. Good show today. Thank you, everyone. Coming up next is Brace and Dunne. Talk to you tomorrow. See you.